A curse has befallen the region of Icewind Dale, in the form of an unrelenting winter that has slowly chipped away at those who live here for 2 long years. Most have lost the will to believe it will ever end, as hundreds of adventurers have flocked to this region in an attempt to end the curse and go down in history. None have succeeded. Those who do live to tell their tales are left frozen and mutilated by the horrors of the region. Join us as an unlikely group of adventurers come together to try and best these lands and put an end to the curse.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tabletop Tyranny, where we neither play around a table nor are we tyrannical. My name is Jacob, and I am your dungeon master for this evening's game and for the many past and future ones to come. Whatever. Thanks for stopping by. Pull up a seat, grab a drink. You will notice that some of us all of us actually, are dressed up snazzy in beautiful dresses and beautiful, mysterious masks. Today marks our 1-year anniversary since the creation of the channel and the game. 1 year does not feel like a long time, but we made it somehow. Yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching. If you haven't seen any of our past streams, you check them out on YouTube at youtube.com/tabletoptyranny. We have a whole back catalog of about 33 sessions that can be watched. Without further ado, so usually what I like to do if you're a first-time viewer is I like to ask my players a question so they can earn a bout of inspiration. Inspiration is it gives them advantage on a roll in game, so basically they'll get to roll 2 dice and take the higher one. It only applies to d20s. It's really useful and it can be a pretty critical tool, especially if it's a really intense roll. I do like to ask them questions, like I said, but we are going to do something different today. We're going to go around table and we're going to ask one question and everyone's going to answer. I got to find the question because Jacob lost it. So, from the time that we have been playing, and I know some of you already messaged in Discord what your favorite moment was. From the time that we've been playing, name a moment from the game that you remember over everything. It could be something goofy, it could be something serious. It's literally up to the player. And after you state your moment, you can get a point of inspiration. So let's just start with, we'll start with Ichabod.
So I would say when we saw Orcus and that big, crazy, trippy Aurora Borealis that turned the sky red. That was crazy.
All right, we'll go over to Fiska. Take inspiration, by the way, Nate, if you haven't
Yay!
Don't have one.
I do not.
I also posted mine in the chat. But I love bad rolls. I can't help it. I just think they're hilarious every time. Even when my own character dies, I'm like, this is hilarious. So when Jayla and Elazal rolled badly on hiding the charlatan mace flail,
Yep.
I was like, this is amazing, especially because my character was like there, like looking out the window like the rogue character, and I just like to imagine that I just like watch you guys like kick some snow over it, and I'm just like,
Yep.
Yeah, this is a pretty good moment. It's a pretty good moment. Awesome. Take a point of inspiration if you don't have one already. We're gonna go over to Jayla.
So, I think I really like when Jayla and Fiska had like their little conversation about her little baby in her tummy, and the whole like eating or like the pole thing being come out or something. It was interesting and I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah. It's a good moment. Good moment. Take an inspiration if you don't have one. We're gonna go over to Lorian.
Wow, my favorite is when I made a potion
Mm.
with the guy's tongue, with that dude's tongue in there, and then I drank it and I got a vision, and then I got cornered and was like, take this deal or I eat you.
Yeah,
So-
that was a pretty good off-script moment because that was not supposed to happen. And hey, it was pretty cool. It was awesome, pretty cool of you to use an ingredient to make a potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh yeah, take a point of inspiration, man.
Woo!
We're gonna go to Elzo.
So I have 2, and I think they actually both happened in the same night.
Sweet.
With all the D&D that I've played, this campaign was the first time that we actually saw an owlbear. So that was super cool for me because I love owlbears. But also coming face to face with Oral in her her owl form. I think that was the same night, wasn't it? Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. Those are things that have really stuck in my head.
There's more to come too. I can promise you that.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, man, taking a point of inspiration. That's awesome. Last but not least, our newest member, Gal. What was your favorite moment?
Well, I haven't been here that long, but I gotta say, it was when Elazel shot that little freaking, ball of lightning at freaking Cephik.
Oh yeah,
So loud.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Took him out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob loved that one.
But yeah, no, it was still really cool. It was a cool moment. And visually, I can picture it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, everyone gets a point of inspiration. Take a point of inspiration, Gal. Yeah, without further ado, do I get inspiration if I answer one?
Yeah,
absolutely.
My favorite moment is just, every moment we play, it's always a blast. My favorite moment, though, is when y'all all did the 5 tavern circuit, which, Gal, you weren't here. When y'all did the 5 tavern circuit around those random-ass trials that I made up. And
holy crap, that was a long time ago.
Ichabod moonwalked across a tightrope. That was my favorite moment. So, without further ado, we're going to get into a bit of a recap, and then we'll start off tonight's session. So, last session, the party investigated the campsite of some recently slain Duergar. They approached with caution, and it proved most useful as Ichabod was able to perceive a very thin tripwire tied to a suspended wooden log. And thankfully, with Fiska's rogue experience, she deactivated the trap, to which the party was safe to explore this campsite. The only thing of real importance that was found here was a solid ingot of what appeared to be charlatan, which the party has grown familiar with over the use of weapons made from it and all the stuff that comes with that. Deciding it best to keep it tucked away, and the lockbox that they found it, they stored it on. Did you guys store it in somebody's backpack? I believe, was it Ichabod's backpack?
Yeah, Ichabod has it.
Crazy? Ichabod has it.
Yep.
Write that down.
You have dreams, Ichabod.
Well, I just forgot who had it, honestly. So Ichabod stashed it. The party continued on from that campsite, venturing deeper into the forest, still following those large humanoid tracks. And as they were headed in that direction of the tracks, Lorien was able to perceive a third Duergar that wasn't at the campsite. And he noticed that the scent of the Duergar and the tracks lined up, so he was on course to see what that meant. Still hasn't found out what it means yet, but I'm sure he will this session. As they were traveling, a snowball, seemingly from out of nowhere, came flying towards Jayla, which it just smashed her in her face and threw a cloud of snow around her. And she didn't really know who did it, so she was kind of lost. And she just threw the snowball back into the snow area just out in front of them. And then she got hit with another snowball, to which she retaliated by spinning and throwing a snowball at Lorien.
Rudolph.
Eventually, they found that there was this small, spindly elemental being known as a Chewinga, and it was causing this mischief. It was throwing these snowballs, having a great time, and it motioned towards Elazel with a stick that had this little berry on it to throw another snowball, and it pointed back at Jayla, to which he missed, sadly. But seeing that, Gal rushed in to take on the challenge, and the little Chewinga made Gal hit himself with a snowball. And in doing so successfully, he was offered a supernatural gift called the Charm of the Ice Troll, which, Ethan, if I already told you in text, but if you look on your character sheet, you should see that. Or it's more of a charm, but I can't add charms to character sheets. After bestowing this gift upon Gal, the Chewinga vanished into a puff of snow, and the party continued on, eventually reaching the location to where the tracks had ended. They all stood on the outskirts of what looked like a cave entrance, and they quickly formulated a plan to be stealthy, not just run in gung-ho with the giant elk that they have summoned. And all in this time, while being stealthy, Jayla was able to retrieve a cask of honeymead from within the depths of the cave. And and she removed the club from the weapon, a club weapon from a sleeping ogre, and threw it in a shit pile. Still mad about that. After doing so, the party decided it was time to attack. They stealthed towards the ogre, ready to strike, but Lorian slipped, causing the beast to wake up. A battle broke out where the group quickly surrounded the ogre and slayed him rather quickly. It was pretty sad to see. But as the battle began to break out before they slayed the ogre, the other giant that resided in this cave rushed in, as well as a large polar bear that must have lived deeper in the cave. They all rushed at the party, kind of surrounding them. And seeing this challenge that was being faced, seeing the flanking, approaching giant and polar bear, Fiska reached into her deck of illusions and summoned an illusionary frost giant, which is so fucking great. To which the polar bear and the Verbeeg, they saw this giant. Well, they don't know it's an illusion. They saw this giant frost giant just come seemingly out of nowhere, and they turned hightail and fucking booked it out of the cave system. Yes.
It's a giant frost giant?
It's a giant frost giant.
It's enormous.
It's as giant as the cave allowed to be. But that's kind of where we left off. It looks like the tides of turning for battle. The battle, whatever I'm trying to say, is happening. The polar bear and the other giant is running away as what looks like Fiska and the frost giant are potentially cutting them off. Another thing of note is Elzel was the last to go on our initiative tracker. He was the last person to go. He came into this burial room and saw on the walls these beautiful murals of just human tribe going around slaying different monsters in Icewind Dale, and there was several murals that had other members of his race painted and depicted into these murals, and it kind of took his breath away as he's just standing there in that room. His turn ends, and we're going to go to the next person. We're going to go Ichabod. I'm going to start the session for you, so you guys should see on the D&D maps. You should see that same battle map.
Yep.
Cue up some music for you, and then we can get right into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Oh, I think I just closed the map on accident. Give me a second.
I still see mine.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
one.
do you? I
Yeah.
closed my browser on accident
Oh,
to get some music.
I gotta wait for the music.
Yeah, the music is what really kicks off the party.
Yeah. I gotta get psyched.
I can't lock in without it. Sorry.
Yep, I get it now. The epic battle music begins. It rings in your ears. Yeah. So, Ichabod, here is what you have just seen.
Yep.
You saw that giant, humanoid-looking. Obviously, his name's Doug on the screen. You saw that one. He began to flee as he saw something from up ahead, something you weren't able to see from where your height is.
Right.
But he is booking it. You saw him make a quick 2-jab at Jayla as he ran past you, and he's booking it out of there. You saw the polar bear come through there earlier. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. So it looks like these two enemies are fleeing battle. What are you going to do as this giant is booking it away?
So, not too sure about hunting down people trying to get away, but he knows that these things have destroyed some folks. So he's like, can't let him get away. So he's going to move, I believe it's about 20 feet over here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to...
In that room that you're in, those little kind of squares cut into the top left right next to you, those are like little niches, and you see that there are what look like humanoid skeleton bones in the niches. It's kind of like a little crypt-esque kind of like tomb.
Okay.
And you see the skeletal remains of it. But yeah, man.
Gotcha. So from here, he's going to summon his Shadowfell Eldritch Blast and toss it at Doug.
Hell yeah.
That is a 14.
That hits.
All right.
Oh, poor Doug.
Good old Eldritch Blast. 6 points of force damage.
All right. Yeah, you hit him in his shoulder as he's running, and even though he's hit with this magical, oily, Eldritch Blast, he he is intent on booking it. You see
Okay.
that there is a fear settling in this giant. He is something truly scary is happening that you can't see, but he
Oh,
obviously
okay.
sees. So,
Gotcha.
all right.
That's-
Anything else you want to try and do?
Nope, that's all I got.
Okay. We'll go to the next person. Polar bear is on deck. So the polar bear is going to move. Of course, you guys can't see him because he's hidden right now. But the polar bear comes sprinting out of this cave system. Fiska, you don't see it yet, but it begins to run. You hear the heavy footfalls of something like animal, some sort of animal, just like thick padded feet, booking it, and it gets to about right there. It's obviously dashing, and as it gets to like that spot, you see it, and you just see it just books. It's just getting the fuck out of town, and it looks over at the frost giant, like it sees the frost giant, and it does like a 180, and it heads to. It doesn't keep going straight down. It just heads this way and just fucking disappears off the map. It's out of sight, out of mind. It's fleeing for its life. Its animal instincts are taken. That's all it's going to do in its turn. It's technically, from this point on, it's out of the battle for the rest of you all. So, Jayla, we go to you.
Okay.
And Gal, you are on deck after her.
I'm gonna go right up to him.
He still has his back kind of turned to you. He's like in a fleeing motion.
And I'm gonna take a stride. My scimitar. Natural 20.
Definitely hits. Hell yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
And I believe with that scimitar, this is the one you made, order made, it does an additional 2 damage when you crit with it. So make sure not to forget about that.
Okay.
Because it has its serrated like little grooves in it.
So. Oh wait. That would make it 6. 11. Oh, you said +2, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Yeah, you bring this scimitar across his back and he lets out a "Whoa!"
Wow.
And he like grabs his shoulder blade and he like looks over at you and he's like, you see like his face. He's so sad. He looks so sad. And you don't know if that's just his emotion or if he's just that ugly. You don't know what the hell it is, but
And for my bonus action, I'm gonna have my other scimitar.
go for another offhand attack. Yeah, go for it.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
That misses. Yeah. So as he looks back and yells out in pain, the sad emotion on his face, he sees the second attack coming and kind of like steps back a little bit, just enough to miss. You kind of cut across his furred, like cut some of the fur off of his armor. But yeah.
I'm gonna action surge
Hell yeah, go for it. I like it.
and swing again.
All right.
Guys, another natural 20.
Holy shit. Hell
shit.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't like this one.
Yeah, get that natural 20 die out of here. Throw that away.
Oh, my D6.
Keep
okay.
it in the tray.
And I'm gonna use a goading attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use 2 superiority dice. So I get
Okay.
to add 2 D. Alright. Oh, that missed.
Uh-oh. Your natural 20 broke your dice roller. All is even in the universe. All is equal.
So brings it up to 9, 11.
And don't forget, Bless is still up.
Yeah. If you need to make, if you guys, for your attack rolls, don't forget to add that to your d20.
22 points of damage.
Holy shit, that is a lot of damage. What does the goading attack do again, by the way?
It lets me, when you hit with a melee weapon, you can expend a superiority die to add to your total damage roll, and target must save on a wisdom saving throw.
Which he rolled a 12.
Which fails.
Okay.
On a failure, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against other, on my allies till the end of my turn.
Awesome.
Their turn.
So I'll give him a kind of a black border to signify that he is goaded. He is haunted and incensed by you. Yeah. So you thrust this blade just like right through his like rib cage. You find the perfect spot and you pull out and you just see this large chunk of flesh pop out and blood just squirts all over the floor. He grips his side and he's like, "Ah, no." Yep. Anything else you want to do?
I moved, what, 25 feet?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. We go down to Gao, and then after Gao will be the giant elk. And then it'll be the Doug's turn.
I'm just gonna take my turn, use my movement, 5, 30, and then I'll dash. 20.
You can move. You can keep moving through. If you want to get like beneath the frost giant, you can. You can just say you're beneath it. You can just be beneath it. Yeah. You come around. And as you like enter that cave system, the campfire behind you dims down. You would kind of run in darkness for a second, and then you come in. You come out and see the fray. You see Fiska and that illusionary frost giant just right in front of you. You don't. As you kind of peer through the frost giant, you don't see anything. You just see. You probably see the polar bear's like ass as it's like bolting. It's heading for the hills. You definitely know that it's fleeing. You don't see anything else out here yet.
Fiska, how'd you get a frost giant? What happened?
Illusions.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. We go to Doug's turn, and Fiska, you're on deck. Doug was in. I'm gonna roll d20.
Was the giant elk gonna move at all?
Oh yeah, forgot the giant elk. No, giant elk staying there.
Giant. He'll back up.
Okay, it backs up. He kind of like maneuvers his way around the cart, not to break the cart any further than it's already broken. Jayla, I need you to call even or odd. This is going to determine whether or not Doug is going to attack you or if he's going to continue his flee. Because you've done several strong attacks against him, so he is at that point. He's in a fight mode right now, but he will flee if
Call it.
even or odd. Even. All right, here we go. Oh shit! It was a 19. So he's going to attack you. His first attack is going to be. He's bleeding. He's kind of gripping his flesh, and he's like, "Ah, that's mean!" And he's like, "Fuck you!" And he's gonna try to shank you with his spear. I'm not even kidding. It's a natural 20.
Holy shit!
I'm not even kidding. It's a natural 20. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the damage before I roll the second attack. Oh shit! What the fuck?
Are you damaged though?
So that's 66 of damage.
Oh, 60. I was like, holy lord.
It's okay. Not bad on the first roll. So that's not bad at all.
High numbers.
I know.
That's 22 points of piercing damage. The first 3 rolls I rolled were a 1, a 1, and a 2. So you got really lucky.
That was low?
Yes. Second attack.
Night.
It's a 22 to hit.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So it won't be as much damage as the last hit, but it'll still be a pretty chunky one. And that's 11 more piercing damage.
I'm down.
Jayla, Ichabod, you see
Yeah.
Doug get absolutely hammered by these 2 scimitar attacks. the rage swells up at him, and he just grabs the spear overhand, and he just brings it down into Jayla's shoulder blade, and you just hear that sick, wet, crunching noise of her succumb into
Yikes.
unconsciousness. Yeah, she falls. I'm gonna put a little, and as you fall, I don't know. I think you keep bless. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, I think you do, because
I'm gonna make you're red for unconscious, but you still have bless. So make sure you notate that.
because it's not based on whether she's conscious.
It's on Elazil. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the 2 attacks made by Doug, he is going to then turn and run. He's going to flee from the cave system. So he's going to move.
That's what he thinks.
Tower death.
Don't let him get away.
Stop that man!
You all, Fiska and Gal, you hear the large footsteps of a giant coming from your west. You don't have enough sight on him yet, but you know you have a strong inclination that the giant guy is exiting from that far cave over there. I don't know if you guys can see the token or not. Can you see the token?
Mhm.
Doug's token or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. Okay, I just want to make sure because it's like half in, half out. So I don't know how that works. Doug is looking. This very big marauder. He is looking. It's pretty hurt. He has taken several heavy hits. We go over to Fiska, and then Lorian, you're on deck.
Okay. So I reread the text for Deck of Illusions, and
Yes.
the Frost Giant is supposed to stay within 30 feet of the card.
And that's what the little green dot on the map is that card.
Yeah.
So it's like right. That's like the
he's like
utmost
right there.
max. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fiska's like trying to like wave the Frost Giant forward, and then she turns to Gal and she's like, he's not moving anymore. I don't know why. I'm just gonna leave him here. And so she's gonna fly forward.
Yeah. The frost giant just has his giant out. He's just doing that idle animation thing.
So I'm gonna go 30 feet.
And I'll move him so you can count if you need help.
Okay,
counting.
cool.
And we can say you're on that square next to Gal. Like go up right there. Oh no, we'll say you're on that square. So when you start your movement, you start from that square.
Okay. I'm not gonna get that close to Doug either way.
And so before you enter that wooded area right there, that's all considered difficult terrain. It's so thick with this bramble and brush that it's costs double movement to go through there. So each square will be Oh, hey, you're right. You are. Get up there.
I'm flying. All right, so I did like a diagonal 30. And while I'm doing that movement, I'm gonna pull the curved black rod out of my backpack, and then I am going to do Dissonant Whispers on Doug.
All right. Well,
Ooh.
that's awesome. Gal, you see
Insane.
Fiska fly off, and she just pulls this black, like dark black rod out of seemingly nowhere. You like, where the hell was that at? Yeah. He's like, where the hell was that at? Awesome. What does Dissonant Whispers do? What does he got to do?
It's going to sound I think I've said this before. It sounds like a discordant, like organ, like shifting in and out, like really dissonant chords. And he will get the sense that his mother is being insulted. I think I used that text once, so I'm going to stick with it.
Oh.
And yeah.
Does he need to make a save, or is it an attack?
Oh, good question. I should read this before I do it. Yeah, it's a wisdom saving of 13.
Okay. Here we go.
Fail.
He rolled a wisdom score of 12.
Whoa! Fails. You take
Big.
You take I roll 3 real dice.
Ooh.
That wasn't very good. 7.
7 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, I must immediately use his reaction to move as far as his speed allows away from me.
Away.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this Birdbeak Marauder comes out. My mom's not. He turns back in, and he just bolts back in into the fray. Back up here, Lauren. You see, from where you're at, you see Jayla. You've seen her fall, and you see that large giant exit and then re-enter. So you don't know why he came back into this system, but he's back.
He's come to finish the job.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, crap.
He's still standing. Yeah, Ichabod, you see him too. You're like, oh, wait a minute. Awesome. Anything else you want to try and do?
He wants some more.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lorian, we're up to you, buddy. It's your turn. And Elzo, you are on deck.
15, 20, 25, 30. I'm too far. 5 to 15.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just dash up to him.
Okay. Yeah, you fucking
I run over her body. I don't
just
see her.
crawl over. You kind of like do that little like animal crawl where you kind of go to the wall for a second to get around her. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Doug-
I'll just clear her. You know,
Yeah.
I'll just jump. She's
Yeah,
not
Doug.
gonna leave.
You see Doug. He's holding his side. You see he's very injured. And he has like this. His head is like this weird purple color from the psychic damage he took. He's not having a good day. We go over to Elza, and then Ichabod, you were on deck.
Gotcha.
So, when Elazel entered that room and he saw other beings like him on the wall,
Yes.
he's hyper focused. He's zoned in. Like nothing else exists in this moment. So, what I'm gonna roll to hear whether or not I heard Jayla go down.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
that will obviously help me decide what my next move is here.
And if Ichabod or Lauren, before you roll, Craig, if Ichabod or Lauren want to release any dialogue about that, because Craig, you heard Elza, you heard fighting. Do you think Lauren or Ichabod would have mentioned Jayla falling?
Ichabod wouldn't have.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Alright.
It wouldn't have mattered. Like I'm rolling to see whether or
focused.
not I'm even aware
break your-
anything's going
yeah.
on. Yeah.
I
Which
get it.
what would that roll be?
You can just do an even odd d20 roll, 50
Oh, okay.
50.
Okay.
So yeah, you call it.
With me and Ichabod not saying a word about it.
We're focused. We
That's
gotta,
so funny.
we gotta take care of this before we can.
So
We don't want Doug.
I mean,
We
he
don't want
did.
Doug taking anybody else out.
I mean, he did leave and then come back. So you don't.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of daunting because he flees and then he came back.
So
I'm just focused on the enemy.
even I hear it, odd I don't.
Okay.
It's even, so I did hear it.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I'll still hang for a second because I really want to be in this room right now, but I'll kind of snap out of it. And I will. What do I have left here? Oh shit. 60 feet. So I'm gonna run 5, 10, 15. Can I? No, I wouldn't be able to see her from here, right? No.
You can't see her from there, but you do see Ichabod. When you move there, you see Ichabod. You'd probably have to move through Ichabod's space to see Jayla. So as you're like coming around that corner, I will say if you move through Ichabod, you see her. As soon as you come around that corner, you see Jayla, just bleeding out, unconscious on the ground. And you look to your west, and you see Lorian kind of engaged with this giant.
Getting married.
Okay, so as soon as I see her, that's as far as I can go, right? Yeah. So I will use a second level healing word.
That's wild. I rolled that one on you.
That was fun. That was fun.
So you get 9 back.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And that. What is that? Oh, that's a bonus action, isn't it?
Yes. That is a bonus action. Now you can cast a cantrip if you want to cast a cantrip, or you can try and do a ranged attack. It's kind of, from where you're at, it's kind of hard to see him.
Yeah,
So if
I
you
don't.
do try to attack, he'll have like half cover. He'll have like +2 to his AC.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything, and I know that Lorian and Jayla are still blessed.
And Ichabod's still blessed too, technically.
Oh,
Yeah, because I
Mm,
think you're just I changed your border because you started
Okay.
concentrating on another spell. I'm pretty sure.
oh yeah. It was. I think that one's already over with though. Yeah, that
Gotcha.
only
I'll
lasts.
put you back
Yeah.
to roll.
So I think.
Let me just see if there's a cantrip that would even do anything at this moment.
I did it for your hex. I'm pretty sure that's what it was for.
Yeah, it was. So it was Wrathful Smite. Yeah, and it was on the guy that went down. So I'm assuming that's not in effect anymore.
Oh, okay. I just don't know how the spell works out.
Yeah.
So if I have moved and used a bonus action, can I still action dash?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna dash back into that room. I'm gonna give it Jayla a thumbs up and go back to where I was.
Okay, so Elza sprints in and sees Jayla on the ground. bleeding out.
I'm like,
caster
yo,
magic.
I'm like,
Jayla,
y'all
you
got
come
this.
too. Yeah, Jayla, you come too, and you see LSL. Thumbs up and just run away.
It's really cool in here.
Jayla, for the sake of it, you are prone, so whenever it becomes your turn, you'll have to use half your movement to stand back up. All right, we go to Ichabod, and then Jayla, you're on deck.
So, Elazal blessed me. Is that right?
Yeah, earlier. So it gives you a D4 to your ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
So what is Gowl's yellow circle?
Oh wait,
Yeah,
maybe
I
Gal
thought I
had
was
it.
blessed.
Oh, maybe I'm lying.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
couldn't remember who I blessed. I didn't write it
Yeah.
down, but
That's cool.
Bless doesn't give you D4 on ability checks. That's
Doesn't?
fine.
no, it's
Oh,
attack and
it's just
saving.
attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good looking out. Good looking out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ichabod.
That's cool.
Take away your
Ichabod-
bliss.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm always blessed by the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
So honest.
Wow, locked in.
So Ichabod is actually going to move. Like further away to get into long range for his
Alright.
kinetic axe.
Woo.
And I'm going to I'm assuming if I use my inspiration that will cancel out disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration
All
and
right.
throw. So he pulls out this funky looking axe, and again, it's going to be like black energy that kind of crackles around it and stuff, and it shimmers and vibrates and looks like it's all blurry. And he's going to whip it at Doug from there.
Whip it real good.
Yep.
Nice.
So that is sweet. That's another.
So you'll do 4d4 extra if it hits.
Exactly. That's why I got out of. That's why I got in long range. So that is a 17 to hit.
That hits. That hits.
All right. So plain old regular damage. Oh, nice. 10.
All right.
And then because, like you said, he was in long range, it's going to be extra 44 kinetic damage.
Yep. 4d4 force damage from your vibrating hand axe.
8 points of extra damage. So 18 damage total.
All right. Please do explain how this axe kills this giant as you punch it out of your hands.
So when he throws it, the initial impact, let's say it hits him right here in the sternum,
Mhm.
and it kind of gets stuck. And then all that kinetic energy just like dissipates throughout his body, and you can't see what's going on because it's inside him, but it just like jumbles everything up inside.
Yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, you throw this axe and you all see. Those of you that can't see, it hits and it doesn't go through, but those kinetic waves, they kind of ripple and they bubble his skin. You see like little bubbles beneath his skin, and he just like collapses to his knees and just dies. And his skin's still kind of like bubbling and writhing as he is dead on the ground in front of y'all. You guys have killed Doug. Doug is no more. Doug is dead.
Or Doug.
Poor Doug. There's a big body right here. Yeah, with that, we fall out of initiative. You guys, the battle's over. That polar bear, those of you that are outside see, y'all saw it just booking it. Fiska and Gal, you really don't know what's going on within the cave system at the moment. Yeah, I hand it over to you guys. You guys are out of combat.
So I think at that point, Ichabod would go check on Jayla.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hey, are you okay?
No.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use second wind.
All right.
I don't think Elazar saw any of the enemies at all. Because he blessed you all from around the corner.
That's right.
So funny.
And then he kind of popped. I think he saw the frost giant, but he
Yep.
never saw the giant or the polar bear.
Right.
So he just pops in. You're back alive. I'm going to do something else. No idea what's going on.
There were no enemies in this.
Right?
game.
How did you
What's
die?
everybody else doing?
I have to pause the stream, the map real quick for you guys, but you guys are and still in that cave system, still in the scene. Y'all
Okay.
can, continue.
Well,
Do what
I
you
feel
want.
better now.
Would you? What did second wind do?
I can regain 1d10 plus 3 HP.
Nice. So yeah, Elazal, where he is, he's just standing there staring for a second. And he's gonna slowly walk over to whichever picture has other Onagas on it.
Yeah, there are numerous murals. Like most of these murals, there's about 6 or 7 in this little room. Most of these murals have an Onagaz in it. So whichever one you walk up to the main one, which is this portrait of this, what depicts like a chief tribe, this female chieftain tribe that's holding this like black wand and this yellow gem in their hand. And like the gem itself is shining this like bright light. And you see that all the Onagas are like looking upwards to her.
So Elazar will just kind of like bring his hand up and just kind of run his hand down like one of the Onaga's figures, just pensively, just kind of confused. But do their faces, the Onaga's faces, do they look like they're in awe, or do they look like they're worshiping someone, or like happy, or like what's the feel there?
It's not there's not much emotion conveyed in these murals.
Okay.
It's mostly the feline features and the feline and dragon features of your race kind of they come through. There's not many facial expressions. It doesn't look like they're worshiping this person or they're doing anything like that. They're just in the picture kind of like looking at these items in her hand.
How many murals?
There's not enough.
I was just gonna say, how many murals are there?
There's about 7 in this little room.
I'll just walk and stop at each one for like 5-10 seconds and see if there's anything. I think I remember you saying last time that the commonality between them was this yellow gem, right? Wasn't the yellow gem in like all of them? Yeah.
The wand and the yellow gem are in all of them, and they're always in the possession of that female chieftain.
Okay. I'm gonna turn away and study what looks like a crypt, I guess is what it is, in the center of this center of the space.
As you begin,
I was just gonna say, is there any like words on it, like a resting place, whose it is, like what it might be?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. It's just because it's kind of dilapidated. As you're doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing? Let's do the guys that are outside. Fisk and Gal, what are you two doing? You're moving into.
Gal, are you gonna follow the dark corner that I'm going into, or are you gonna go in your own dark corridor?
My own dark corner.
So yeah, you guys don't see shit whenever y'all go into these dark corners.
I went through the shrubbery and found another tunnel, and I thought it was a shop.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just a dark tunnel. Fiska, you see there's a frozen creek and a dark. It continues.
Cool. So I guess Gal won't hear this then, but that's fine by me. I do a single kind of like clacking sound with my beak, and a light comes on at the end of my rod.
That's cool as fuck. That's cool as fuck. Yeah. You see before. I'll just read out what you see, and then we'll go to Gal. You see this frozen stream that continues on further and further. It looks like it goes deeper into the cave system, much further than your light can perceive at the moment. But it just looks like this is just a frozen creek, frozen stream as you push your way. And up eventually, as you get up there, you see Moran and Jayla and the dead body of Doug on the ground. Gal, what are you doing as you see this just dark tunnel in front of you? Well, you don't really see much, but you see the darkness.
There's no reason to be stealthy, and I light a torch.
All right, you light your torch up, and you see as you are as it's getting lit in here, you see this tunnel goes on for a little bit, and then as you make your way into it, you see this passage itself. It's about 8 feet high, 5 feet wide, and there are a dozen burial niches along the wall. There are a bunch of full intact humanoid skeletal bodies that lay in these niches, and they are all covered in this very thick layer of dust. Their swords are broken and chipped, and you see that it's kind of very much like Skyrim, where they have like the sword gripped in their hand while they're resting. But that's all that's in here. It's just skeletal remains, these little burial niches. And then as you're walking forward, you see that kind of broken, kind of circular wall ahead of you. And eventually you see Jayla and Ichabod as you come out of that little burial niche hallway. We go back. Yeah, we go over to. Let's go back to Elazar with his investigation check, and then we'll go to the rest of the party with whatever they're doing.
I used my inspiration and got a 19.
Yeah, so you dusted off to some success. Most of the writing that may have been on here at one point has either just eroded away from weather or just time has not been nice to this tomb. You do see that there is one name. The name says Elena on it. And you don't see a last name. It just says Elena.
So the parts that are eroded, do they look like they would have been other names, or is this kind of like, I guess those are 5-foot squares, so this is just big enough for like one body if it's a crypt, right?
You with that investigation, you're pretty certain that this is just there's a single body within this crypt, this little tomb, and it's roughly a humanoid shape. It's nothing crazy. The words that are kind of eroded in a way, it looks like there was tons of writing around this at one point, and it doesn't look like it's in common. It looks like it's in, the way that the characters are written. It's in probably a long lost language. The only thing that's written in common that you're able to make out is the name Elena.
Okay. If I look under the lip, does it look like the top is attached to the base, or does it look like it can actually like maybe be moved with enough strength?
It looks like it can be moved with enough strength.
Okay. Can I kind of take a walk around it, just kind of like feel underneath and see if there's anything indicating that it might be trapped if it were to be moved?
You can make another investigation check. I'll allow that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to you after you make that check. We go over to Ichabod, Jayla, the whole group that's right there. What are you guys doing? You see, Fiska has approached from the cave where Doug just died, and Gal is coming from the other side with both sources of light illuminating this darkened crypt.
So, Ichabod would go get his axe.
For sure, you got that then.
and then, although, did we decide that he could actually summon that back to him since it's a packed weapon?
If you make it your pack weapon, you can just link it back to your hand.
Yeah, so he just goes like this, and the axe just like, it doesn't even fly through the air; it just kind of blinks into existence in his hand.
Hell yeah!
And then, can I do something else?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I think Ichabod would go back into the crypt room with Elazal, and he would pull out his wand of secrets, and use a charge and see if there's any secret doors or traps or passages or whatever in this obviously very important room.
Okay. Yeah, you wave the wand. It glows a faint, like bluish aura, and you see that tomb in front of you is glowing with a faint blue aura as well. The tomb itself seems to have been triggered by your wand of secrets.
Okay, and this isn't something that like I just see. Everybody, whoever's in there, can see that.
Yeah,
right?
it's like everyone can see this, perceives it. Yeah, so you see Ichabod, and the tomb kind of just glows a little bit.
Elazal's like, did I do that?
No, that was this.
Oh, right.
So be careful with that lid.
So what we talked about before, Jacob, checking for traps was a wisdom, right? You said wisdom or investigation. You were going to start ruling it.
Check.
Okay.
I said investigation. But if you want to petition for another skill check, please do. I'm open to everything.
Well, no. What I was saying was, at a game we talked about how checking for traps was a wisdom check.
Yes.
So is that okay if I do perception?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. So
I'm gonna be very fluid with this checking for traps. It's not gonna come down to nitty gritty. If you guys think there's an ability that would allow you to check a trap better or check for traps better, please speak up about it, because I'm almost always going to say yes.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So 17 for checking for traps.
Yeah, as you kind of feel around the exterior of this little tomb, you're not feeling much. It feels just like a perfectly smooth tomb. There's no lips. There's nothing like secret switches or anything. There's nothing that you pick up as you're like running your hand.
So I turn to Ichabod and I'm like, look at the murals on the wall.
It's like that tomb. Well, before I do that, that tomb might be like a passageway into something, because there's something going on with this tomb.
Right.
But then I'm like, hey, that looks like you.
Right. I just say, do you notice anything in common throughout them.
What was it you said? Something about a gem?
Yeah, the yellow gem and the black
Oh.
wand, and I assume the person holding it is the same person in each one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that stuff.
I mean, my assumption is that might be who's in here. But I mean, you might be right. It might also just be leading down to more.
So what I think either way, do we dare peek?
I mean, I didn't find anything that might backfire on us.
I mean, would
but...
that be disrespectful to?
Oh, I don't give.
I mean,
I
glowing,
don't give
so
a
I
shit
think
at this
that-
point.
Yeah, at this point, I think if it's glowing, we have no choice but to take a peek.
Take a.
I mean,
I love
yeah,
that.
glowing or not. I mean, these are this is the first time I've ever seen my people. Other
Okay,
than
take
me.
a look at your skeletal scratching.
Sure, that'd be super cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll just shout back for the strongest ones, Lorian.
I'm like, it's like Ichabod. Don't worry about it. Like, no, that's valid.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, yeah. How about you, Stan? And like, I don't know. Is there anything you can do if something goes wrong when we open it?
I will have Eldritch Blast at the ready.
Great. So I'll shout back for, I mean, everybody, but specifically Lorian and Gal.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip off the head of Doug and attach it to my belt, and then I'm gonna run back. I'm gonna pass through the chamber real quick, rip off the head of the friend, and attach it to my belt. Just
All right.
You're going to be overburdened with giant heads.
You have 2 heads on you right now.
well, I just didn't want them to turn into minions.
I get that. I agree. I appreciate that. So yeah, you do that. And you join them. Jayla,
No.
Jayla, what are you doing? You haven't said anything yet. What are you up to?
I'm just gonna loot Doug.
You're gonna try to loot? Yeah. Okay. If anyone else was wanting to loot, go ahead and you can loot them too. Fiska, did you want to loot them as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys can go ahead and both roll investigation checks as you're patting them down.
What kind of giant is Doug?
Doug is a Verbeeg Marauder. He's a Verbeeg, so it's kind of like it's the most humanoid of giantkin.
How do you
Usually
spell that?
It's a Verbeeg, Verbeeg.
Huh.
Verbeeg. They are the more humanoid looking of the giantkin. Still as dumb, but not as dumb as some ogres are, like that ogre that was in there.
I don't think I was familiar with Verbeeg.
Yeah, I think it's an Icewind Dale
okay.
variant.
Like specific.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
What'd y'all two get?
14.
14.
Nice.
What?
You each find a single piece of copper on this entity.
Wow.
There's not
Ooh.
much to him. There's not much to this creature. When it comes to looting, you feel this is an animal that it kills and eats, and that's all it really knows how to do. It doesn't really take loot. So it lives a very frugal, humble life.
Well, then I'm gonna start traveling.
Okay. So yeah, Jayla's gonna head up into that follow the stream. Is anyone else gonna follow her, or are y'all gonna go?
I've been summoned by Elzo.
Okay.
I've been summoned too.
All right, you two can go. Move y'all's token over there. Fiska, what do you want to do? You want to go with the beef boys, or you want to go with the girlies?
I mean, their backs are all turned, so I'm just gonna like eat a kidney real quick.
Okay. Okay. I like it. You eat a kidney. And as you eat this kidney, there's that otherworldly like sensation that kind of takes you over for a second. And there's this like flash of light. It feels like happiness. It's like a happy feeling. And what you're seeing is you're seeing another of these creatures, one of these Verbeegs, and it looks like a female version of what you just slayed. And you see, it feels as if you're like looking through the mind of like this creature at one point, like it's like a memory of some sort. And what it looks like is that you are proposing to this other Verbeeg.
Oh.
And it's a very happy moment, and then you just see the woman shake her head no and walk away.
Oh shit.
And there's just this like deep sadness that kind of comes over you. It comes over the sadness. It actually like affects you mentally, and you're a little down by it. It's kind of heartbreaking.
You've just been rejected.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was gonna be really cute and say yes, and then we'd killed someone with a wife.
I love that it's not though. Okay.
Said no. You feel really sad.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about this.
Yeah.
I'm feeling. I'm gonna follow the ladies. I'm gonna follow Jayla just because
Okay.
Lady time.
We
Yeah,
are
it's lady
going
time.
to. We're gonna do these two things, and we're gonna do the girlies first, and then we'll do the guys. So these are gonna happen kind of like same time. So as you guys, as the two girlies, as you guys continue into that cave, you follow that frozen stream. Oh God, that's the wrong one. You follow that frozen stream into this. I'm just gonna read it out, and then I'll recover the rest of it. Yeah. So this the frozen stream ends about ends at like what looks like about 7 feet deep frozen pool. It's entirely frozen. You see trapped 5 feet beneath the pool is this stone statue of what looks like a smiling young man. They're naked except for like a really well-placed oak leaf in their groin. Their faces kind of turns upward to the sky with this like really shit-eating grin smile, like very smug smile. At the far back of the chamber, you see a very shredded and half-eaten corpse of a Durgan. Also on this door, as it's like been shredded, you see that its chest has been caved in as well, and you see next to it, its body, what looks like a sack of, just like a lumpy sack. It's tied shut. It's like a kind of like a burlap sack material. It's very thick, but it's very lumpy. But there's not much else in this room. You figured this is maybe where that cave bear, that polar bear was at. Especially where Jayla's at, there's a bunch of dropping and animal bones. So you feel like Jayla's actually on top of this polar bear's bed. But that's all you guys see in that cave. I'm gonna let you guys have the scene for a little bit. You guys can interact with what you see, and then we'll go over to the guys.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna go pick up the bag.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too.
we just both look like, whoa, what's in it?
Yeah, you pick it up, you open it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what looks like 5 very well crafted scarlet ingots inside of it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Sick.
Ooh. Like, oh, I expected a body. This is great.
Don't touch them.
Now we have more to add to the collection. Oh.
One for each of us. You get an ingot, and you get an ingot.
Oh, we can all hold one.
We should definitely keep this away from Morgan.
We'll just keep
You guys
giving
are
them
horrible.
Ichabod.
Just add to my collection.
All right, that's all you guys really find in that room. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Just like, I knew from the one time I touched it that if you're not very strong, it doesn't really care about you, and I'm definitely stronger than Ichabod, so we should just leave it with him.
Wow.
I was dead. I was dead.
Oh.
Wow.
I didn't hear
That's
that. Though, so-
crazy.
Oh well.
I think maybe we put it in Ichabod's bag. So just in case no one else runs into it and has it.
Oh no.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, that's all you guys really find. Okay, keep your token over there, please.
You can make 3 swords.
We go over to the boys club. You guys are all in this tomb.
Gentlemen's club.
Just like, the gentlemen's club.
It's club.
They already put up a rope that says no ladies allowed.
Ladies allowed.
You all see the same exact thing. There are a bunch of murals. About 7 murals in here depicting what look like a humanoid tribe, and the female chieftain has this like black stick and this bright glowing gem in their hands, and you see several of Elazel's race depicted in these pictures as well. This is obviously a tomb, like a tomb of a well-respected chieftain. And you do see, as you enter the room, you see that the tomb itself is glowing this blue aura from Ichabod's Wand of Secrets.
Elazel really quickly takes out his scry phone and takes a picture of everything. And then
That phone is so good.
he's like, you're probably wondering why I gathered you all here. No,
Oh, what?
so
What?
is it still glowing?
Yeah, it's still Ichabod has the wand still out. It's still glowing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was just telling Ichabod, I think the person depicted on these murals might be in here, but Ichabod thinks it also might be a passage to, more of this, which is also fair, but it's glowing regardless. I'm hoping we can lift it off. I didn't find anything wrong with it, but that doesn't mean, I mean, we could all die when we open it, so
Not me.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, Ichabod is a few feet away, and he does have like stuff, the Eldritch stuff ready to go.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so
I guess I'll take the end where I'm standing, and if you guys took either side, maybe we could slide it towards the back wall.
Okay.
Yeah, you all position your tokens around it, wherever you guys want to be at. And
Lift.
this is going to be a group check. There's a really high number you have to meet to move this.
Fuck.
I'm going to set the DC right now. It's a DC 50 strength check.
15 or 50?
50.
50?
Oh, combined all three of us.
Combined, yeah, no.
Gotcha.
No way,
I'm
no.
like, how
One
the
person
fuck do
makes
we
it.
match?
This is a group check. This is a combined
Like, so
group
what
check.
I
you're saying is
understood.
That's going to be moved.
No, I would never have put this here if that's not anything.
I thought you were like gonna average the three of us, and you're like, yeah, no,
No,
you
no,
don't.
no.
Give it.
No,
All
If
right.
that's the case, would it be funny if I'm like, if
You
they're
should
struggling, Ichabod will come up and get on like the other end.
Yeah, for sure. The more
This
the
is like-
better. Better.
This is like
It's
the
so
other person
funny
who
y'all
like.
forget Jayla is so strong too.
Well, see,
You're not.
I have everyone's stats in front of me. I was gonna tell you to come too, and then you decided to go that way. I'm like, you know what? She'll join up with us. We'll figure it out.
Whatever moment. Yeah.
All right. So, feel free to use inspiration. Feel free to use whatever you need. This is also, how long does your guidance or your bless last? By the way,
It was a minute.
I think about this time the bless would have fallen off of all y'all's characters.
That makes sense. I
and you no
will.
longer concentrate.
Is it a strength check or athletics or?
It is. I wrote down strength, but I it would make sense to do athletics.
Okay.
Because you are. This is a feat of. Like you're actively pushing against something. It could be athletics or whatever strength modifier skill set applies, whatever the other strength skill set is.
All right, and I'm gonna guide myself. So
I rolled an. I rolled an 8.
All right. Hold on, let me get my calculator out real quick.
let's go.
8. Next
Okay.
one.
21.
Dirty 20.
Really good fucking roll.
Dirty 20.
Oh,
I wish I had
we're
a
close.
21.
dang.
You guys easily. You guys rolled together 70, so you guys easily.
Oh,
You guys are freaking
let's
out
go.
over nothing. You guys are freaking out over nothing.
So
So,
good Ichabod
How
help.
much night work?
as you move the lid on this tomb, and as you kind of push it towards the side gals on it, it comes off with a very hefty clunk. It falls to the ground, and it actually just shatters. It just shatters from the small fall. It was a very heavy slab of stone.
yeah.
Inside of this tomb, you see the scattered remains of a skeletal humanoid person. They are wearing very regal, like the chieftain garb, very much like the picture, the murals on the wall, very much like the garb the chieftain was wearing in the mural. And you see the arms itself are still intact, and clutched in either of its hands are a palm-sized yellow cut gemstone, and then there is an ebony wand in the other hand. That's what you see. Sorry.
So I'm just like, holy shit, I was right.
So, in the mural, is this chieftain person? Does it also look like Craig?
No, the chieftain in the murals is a humanoid. It's
Okay.
obviously a female woman.
Okay. But then the
The race is the Onagos. They are just they're
Onagos.
depicted as well in this. They are.
okay,
You see, most of the time they are all looking at the gem as it's being used.
gotcha.
But they're doing various things. It's not like they are worshiping this woman. It's not that
right.
depiction. But they are. You feel as if they are probably important to whatever these pictures are depicting. Maybe they were allies of some sort or something along those lines.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna look between everyone, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick up the wand.
Go for it.
And I cast guidance on myself again, and I pick up the wand.
Okay, just the wand.
The one for now, yeah.
Yeah. You grab that ebony wand. It feels light in your hands. It's very there's a sense of strong magic within it. There's no negative effects as you pick it up. You don't feel
I was
anything
like, oh
different.
crap, it's Charlatan.
It's not that same ebony. It's like a this is like an ebony wood. It's like a very it's actually a wand. It's a wand of some sorts.
Gotcha.
Can anyone? Actually, I'm gonna inspect the wand. Like, is there any like markings on it, or just like?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me look.
And then while I'm doing that, I'll be like, can anyone identify what that stone is before we touch that?
Do I know what it is?
The stone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not. I would say I will allow y'all to roll like Arcana checks.
I'll roll a check.
It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be relatively high.
Yeah.
Fey Fiend or undead? Is it anything
Neither.
related to those?
It's a
Anything
mimic.
I rolled an 18.
Neither of those things apply, Tyler.
I got a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you guys with your rolls, there's not much coming through on like trying to recall what these are. You don't know. They look awfully important, and then you probably have that understanding that they're probably magical items in some sense, but you don't know what exactly they are.
Anything on the wand?
Oh, what'd you get?
Oh, you didn't ask me to roll.
The wand. No, the wand itself is there are like what look like magical runes embedded into it. They're like very, very stenciled in. Like it's very intricate. There's not much else besides it just being like just a black wand. That's the only thing that's in detail is like the inscriptions in it. And it's not any language that you would know.
Okay. All right. Who in our group? This is outside of the game. Who in our group can identify things? Doesn't someone
Not
do that?
a single person.
Oh, really?
I'm a wizard.
A wizard.
Y'all went to a mage that did it. In
That's
Grand
right.
Chandra, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Okay. Well,
So I have to hold on to that then.
yeah, I'll just put it in my backpack and
Okay.
I'll cast guidance on myself and pick up the stone.
Yeah, go for it. You go ahead and make a roll. What's your guidance?
Just a straight D20, or what am I
Yeah.
rolling for?
Just a d20 with
Okay.
with your guidance. There's no skill set.
Hiding. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Sucked into the abyss.
So 8.
Hey, you grab the gem. That happens.
Nothing happens.
You
Okay.
grab the gem. But as you grab the gem and you take it from the clutch of that chieftain, there's this quick like rippling of air that kind of like escapes from the tomb and like goes throughout the entire system of the cave.
Oh,
So there's
shit.
like giant burst of wind that just gets sent out throughout the cave system. All of you in the next door room, you guys, by this time you can move in closer to the tomb, but you will feel that burst of air. And it's a very strong burst of air at that too. You see like the dust that clings to the icicles and the dust that's within this tomb. They all just fall down, and it makes like these loud, like crashing sounds of just different icicles making impact with the ground. As this kind of burst of like force escapes the tomb, can y'all all roll me perception checks?
Yeah.
Is it with
As
my
you-
notes?
This is more sort of like sound based than anything,
Okay.
sadly.
Fine.
10.
Fine.
I'll use my inspiration.
All right.
12.
Good.
11.
Okay.
He shakes his head like, huh.
Fiska, Jayla, what'd you get?
4.
All right.
We're not gonna see whatever is coming out of this fucking tomb.
19.
Hey, that's a little better.
There you go.
I was just looking for the highest person to see whatever the highest rolled. So
You get hit with a
Jay-
snowball.
Jayla, you hear throughout the mixture of the icicles crashing to the ground, you hear kind of like an underlying noise to the icicles crashing. It's very faint, and it sounds like metal being dragged across the floor. and what sounds like bones creaking and groaning as the noise begins to emanate from the south portion of the cave system.
Yeah.
I need all of y'all to roll initiative.
Mm.
Oh.
Initiative.
21.
20, God damn, that's nice. All right.
I got a natural one. For a total of 5.
All right.
I didn't roll words.
What'd you get? Jayla.
9.
All right. Fiska.
20.
Nice. Elizo.
12.
Gal.
Good.
All righty. I have to roll some initiative real quick. Let me do that.
Some.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
Hopper.
fuck. It's all of those skeletons. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Or does anybody
can
have
do
a
something.
attacks?
That's awesome.
That's one roll.
Oh.
That's a roll.
The Guardians
Help
of
us.
the Crypt.
Giant elk, you're our only hope.
Oh, they're Draugr. Bang. Skyrim.
Bang.
I guess I should have played Skyrim, right?
It's bit. Yeah, you should have. You should have. That's just
Oblivion's
immediately
better.
what comes out to me.
You say what? Oblivion's better?
Yeah.
Ichabod is going to jump in the tomb and hide.
We all do.
Yeah.
We all fit. Right.
Too bad the lid is. Well, no, we don't want to stuff ourselves in here.
We can push it open. Not that heavy.
That's true. It's like a clown car.
Oh, is there music right now?
No, I haven't had time
Okay.
to put the music back on. I was waiting for y'all to trigger this battle because I know you guys are gonna do it.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
I think this is the last initiative.
That we're ever gonna do because you're gonna kill us.
No.
Shit, I hope not. Let me put the music back on.
Then we can jump straight into the next campaign that you've been talking about.
No, you guys got your side
Yay.
characters to go to.
Oh, true.
Oh,
True. True.
So is Jayla the only one who heard this, or did we all end up hearing it?
Jayla's the only one that heard this.
Okay.
Yeah, I just used that the highest roll to hear on that. I didn't. It wasn't anything.
So, like,
Um,
before the battle even starts, like, when that wind happens, Eliza will just be like, that was weird. Like, because they're not at us yet, right? We're not
Yeah,
technically
no.
fighting yet. So I would be like, well, I wonder what happens if I hold the crystal and the wand at the same time. Because the wand went in my backpack. And so I would pull the wand out.
Go for it, man.
You feel
Maybe it's
majestic.
magic.
You feel majestic.
I'm so majestic right now.
Jayla, you hear those noises underlined, like the icicles quit, and you hear the noises of what sound like skeletal remains becoming active or animated. What are you doing? As you are, I'm giving you the scene. What are you doing?
I think I would look to Fisk and be like, "You hear that?
Hear what? The wind?
No.
the wind.
There's something like rattling.
Well, those
And I'm
guys up
like-
there are rummaging.
It's not them. Hey! I'm gonna yell through the hall like,
Mhm.
y'all hear that?
No.
What?
I heard wind.
Listen!
What?
Listen!
Oh,
As you tell them to listen, you all begin to hear what sounds like something moving. You hear the sounds of swords moving. And you all realize it's coming from the south. Gal, you pick up that's coming from those little burial niches.
Nice.
I'm gonna reveal the skeleton now. You didn't see. They're on the map.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm
my.
gonna do a thing.
And as you hear these sounds coming,
God.
the south.
That's awesome.
As you hear
Love
these
it.
sounds coming from the south, Ichabod, you are the first to really react. You hear these noises and you hear some sort of threat coming from the south. You don't have any vision on them yet. None
Right.
of you really have any vision. Elzo, you might have vision when it comes to your turn, but you're still kind of reacting to these noises.
Mm-hmm.
But Ichabod, you are the first to act in this moment, and then Fiska, you are on deck.
So immediately Ichabod is going to produce his little dried spider and swallow it and cast spider climb.
Hell yeah. The room you're in right now is, let me read it. It is 10 feet high.
Nice.
So you have you can go up 10 feet. You can get on the roof, Spider-Man it.
Yep, that's what I hope to do.
And actually, from your vantage point, as you get up there, you are able to see over those walls,
Nice.
and you see 12 undead skeletals, remains just reanimated, and they're just like dragging broken swords behind their backs as they're walking. And it looks like, from your vantage point, it looks like they are kind of splitting up and going in two different directions.
Okay. So I will yell, "We've got company," and they're splitting up. They're skeletons.
And from your upside down vantage point, you see L and C clearly.
Okay.
Two at the very back.
Okay. And that was my action, so I can't zap them or anything. But can I still move a little bit?
Yeah, you feel free to move wherever you want.
So that's you said it was 10 feet.
Yeah, so 10 feet to get up on the roof. So you're on the roof right now. You've used 10 feet of movement.
Okay, so I'll do 20 feet.
And that room opens up a little bit. This ceiling goes to about 20 feet up. So as you kind of come out of that little niche area, you can stick to the wall a little bit if you want.
Yeah.
Besides going directly up.
Yes, I'll stay over here. I'll just stop right there.
And you're 10 feet up in the air.
Right.
So let me just put.
Yeah. I'll make a note next to
your name. There you go. 10 feet. Awesome. We go over to Fiska. It's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna fly back the way that I came.
All right.
And I'm assuming I'm gonna get there and see some shit.
As you come around the corner, you see all these skeletons and they reach out towards you with their bony hands. They're all dressed in what look like scraps and pieces of armor. Yeah, they are very frightening. When you come around the corner, it's a very frightening sight, especially with you have no vision as you just have your light on your beak. So as you're flying, you come into the frame seeing these skeletons as you come around that corner. It's pretty daunting.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to. Yeah. So Fiska is gonna be like, "Whoa, my God," and then she is going to start making a light hissing sound through her closed beak, and it is going to kind of start to undulate with the rod. The rod is going to start to undulate a little, and this is going to be sleep.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Go for it.
I'm doing
how does
sleep.
That work again?
Yeah. It is going to be roll 5d8, and the total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect.
You can put skeletons to sleep? That's cool.
I was about to ask, is that
I looked that up. If they're just regular skeletons, it looked like they're not immune to sleep. If they are, though, I'll do a different spell. But I don't trust myself.
It's undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by the spell. So these are undead. Yeah. So that won't work, sadly. It's at the very bottom of the spell. So yeah.
In that case, I start flapping.
Okay. Gust of wind.
Gust of wind.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna in that case, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna gust of wind instead then.
Okay.
I misread that. Line of strong winds, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blast from you in the direction of the skeletons. And each creature that starts this turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw of 13 or be pushed 15 feet away.
Okay, and that's at the start of their turn?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you start a flapping. So you're going to basically affect, right now from where they're at right now, you're going to affect A, D, F, B, L, C, K. You're going to affect this whole, let me just put a line for you. Let's just put a little line, a little green line.
Excited to make you move all these tokens.
It's 60 feet like that. And then there's another one, I'm pretty sure. Oh, God. There's another one. About 60 feet this way. So it's that whole area right there is just fucking gust of wind. Yeah, you are flapping. You flappy bird. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's pretty good.
And you're concentrating on that, right? This is kind of a concentration.
Yeah, concentration up to a minute.
All right, I'll just mark your token with a little white border to show you're concentrating. Cool. Yeah. Fuck. All right. So some of the skeletons are gonna go now. Skeleton B is gonna go. So he starts and he has to make a strength check, right?
Mhm.
You know, skeletons aren't known for being strong. I'll just let y'all know.
Weird.
But he rolled a nat 20. So
Oh.
Oh my god.
this guy is a fucking trooper.
Alright, let's do the last one.
The nat 20s tonight.
So he has to use double movement to move one square, right? Is that how that works? Or
Yes.
actually, no, he doesn't. Oh, he still has. He just doesn't get pushed. So he's going to move 10. Are you flying? How high up are you? Did you just fly, or did you fly up?
I was 15 before, so
Okay.
I'll just leave it at
Assume you're
that.
still there.
Yeah.
It can't hit you. You're a little bit taller than it. So it's just going to and like look up at you. And that's going to be its turn. It's not going to do anything else. It's focused on trying to get you. It's like swinging its sword, trying to reach you, but it just can't reach you. We go to the next skeleton. Skeleton G. Skeleton G is not affected by your gun, so it's going to make its movement. It sees Ichabod on the wall about 10 feet up. It's going to try to swipe at you, Ichabod. It's going to have...
Okay.
I'm going to give it disadvantage, because you are about 10 feet up. It doesn't have any muscles to jump with, so it can't really jump. So it's going to roll... It's going to try to attack you with its short sword.
Okay.
It's going to miss.
Yay.
That's that guy's turn. We go over to Skeleton L. Skeleton L is going to make a strength save. Skeleton L fails its strength save. Skeleton L is pushed 15 feet back, so 5, 10.
Just smashes into a wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he just stops there in the same spot, but he's gonna take a D6 of bludgeoning damage from hitting the wall.
I was hoping that was how it was going to work.
So it takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Well, actually, it takes 6 points because it's vulnerable to bludgeoning. 6 points of damage to that as it like cracks against the it cracks against the wall. It's gonna try to move towards you. So it's gonna go. Actually, it'll go upwards. So it'll go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as it can move. We go to Elizel.
Oh.
We have some skeletons after Elizel.
So, how high is that? You said when Ichabod climbed, he could see over that center like wall,
It's not
right?
a 10 foot. It's like a 10-foot wall because that big chamber V9 is about 20 feet from top to bottom, so it takes up about half of the room.
Right.
So when he got up to 10 feet, he could just see right over the edge, far enough to see the skeletons.
Let me read something really quick here then.
Sir, I should have told you on deck. That's my bad. There's gonna be 2 skeletons after you, and then it's gonna be Gal's turn. So Gal, get the thinking what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Alright, so what I'm going to try to do, this should be fun. Let me just check, make sure what the... okay, 5, 10, 15. So I am going to my tempestuous magic, the one that makes me fly.
Okay.
I can use it if I plan on casting a spell of first level or higher. I can use it before I cast the spell.
Okay.
And so my plan is to cast Thunderwave. So this should
Alright.
be very interesting. But I'm gonna try to get a running start and use my 10 feet to boost me over G on top of that.
On top of yeah, for sure. I like that idea. Go for it, dude.
Okay. So I don't think I have to roll for that. I just fly.
No, it
so...
just happened. Yeah, it just happens.
Okay.
So you can move there. It's not gonna be able to hit you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Well, I guess it would get a disadvantage react. It's gonna.
that's what
attack
I'm
at
thinking. Yeah,
disadvantage.
it
it's
would
gonna
at least get a chance. Yeah.
It misses.
Okay. So I get up there and I kind of look around to see what is going on, and I will see the grouping of A, D, F, I, J, and that is where I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
All right.
So it's a
Go for it.
15-foot cube. Oh, 15-foot cube originating from me, so I'll have to get like just to the tip, the end of that.
Yeah, move your character.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can make the overlay too from your character with the little overlay tool. A little square.
Nope, I moved the wrong one. I will be right here.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Square. So basically these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And what do they need to make? They need to make saves or is it just damage?
Thunderwave, con saving throw of 14.
Okay. So we'll do A first. So
And so I'm doing that at 2nd level.
So A fells. So I'm gonna write the ones that fell down. There's a lot of note taking. A fells. D fells. J fells. I fells. Everyone fells. All of them fell.
Okay, so they will take 3d8 thunder damage and pushed 10 feet away from me.
All right. Hell yeah, dude.
So that's 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 14 damage, and they're all pushed 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, you fucking let this thunder wave. You send this thunder wave out, and it just throws them against the walls, and they just shatter and go inanimate.
All 5 of them?
All 5 of them are dead.
Sweet.
Wow.
Fiska, you are sprayed with shards of bones that just fly past you, and they go into the gust of wind, and they just go. They're just like a lightning bolt, and the C and K down there take 1d4 of fucking bone damage. So C and K take 3 points of bone damage.
And that can be heard up to 300 feet away, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, everyone in this cave is you guys hear some crazy. Y'all's ears are fucking bleeding. It hurts.
And
holy shit, dude, you just took a lot of them out.
yeah, that is my turn.
Oh goodness.
Oh yeah, dude. I gotta do the math on this. You gotta get me all this stuff. Skellies. So A died to. Was it A? D.
F.
A, B, C, D, E, F. And J. F and J, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, was there an I somewhere?
Oh, there was a. It wasn't I. It was I. You're right. It's the only thing bad with having all these fucking tokens. All right. So Eliza, everyone in this cave system hears this thunderous boom. It echoes throughout the chamber. The icicles above y'all, they rattle. They rattle and they fall. There's not much left from that because that first gust of wind that came out of the tomb knocked most of them down. But there are some shards that fall throughout the cavern. It doesn't damage any of y'all. We go down to Skeleton E, and then Gal, you're gonna go after Skeleton E. So Skeleton E is going to, it's gonna march its way towards Elizel. Elizel's 10 feet up. It's gonna attempt to swipe at you with disadvantage.
Okay.
Let's hop your Ooh, wait. 17 hit.
Oh wow.
Does not hit.
It misses, and it cries. We go to Gal. And then it's gonna be Gal, and there's gonna be a skeleton, and then Jayla is gonna be your turn.
Alright, well, as my bonus action, I like to rage.
Alright.
He gets all pumped up and he goes, finally, a kill! And then he runs up to G.
Alright.
He drops his torch that he has in his hand.
Okay.
And swings at him with a great axe.
It's a torch right here.
That is 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That is 13 damage.
Yeah, you hit this thing with your giant great axe, and it just crumbles to pieces in front of you and dies. It just it like shatters into shards of bones, and they just ricochet off the wall. They don't do any damage.
And I'll just run in more, and I'll position myself here.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude.
And that's all.
All right, we go to Skeleton K, and then Jayla is on deck, and then Lorian, you will be after Jayla. So Skeleton K is gonna make his strength save. Ooh, a natural 20. What the fuck?
A That's the what?
He doesn't
the
get
fourth
pushed.
tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't get pushed, but he is going to see this approaching big boy gal that's going to move up here, and it's going to attack you. It's like squished next to the other skeleton. The bones are like rattling against each other, and it's just going to try to bring a sword down on you.
Wait.
A 16 to hit.
That hits.
You take 8 points of piercing damage,
Ooh.
reduced to 4.
Sweet.
As it brings this like shattered, this like chipped and just rusted blade across your chest and leaves a small scratch.
Cool.
That's all it can do. Jayla, it's your turn. Lauren, you're on deck.
Okay, so I want to see if I can do this. So, hold on, 30. So when I use a dash action, I can do Goring Rush and move like 20 feet or
Okay.
so. Is it possible for me to go through this one and this one?
L and H, is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if your movement allows it, I'll allow it. Yeah, if you're.
Okay, so I would just.
I will say, let's make. I'm gonna make 2 strength checks. You make a strength check. There's an opposing strength check, so you can do athletics. This is athletics for you. Actually, I think it should just be flat strength. This is just flat strength check. I'll tell you what they get before you roll. So one of them got a 1, and one of them got a 10. So you got to beat a 10.
Hey Jacob. For
Yes.
for future reference, that tempestuous magic actually does it without provoking opportunity attacks. I didn't realize that until just now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It missed anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so I rolled a 13 plus.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
Okay, cool. Alright, and then I would just run through both of them again.
So I'll say you can do L, H. You can either pick H or K. L, H, or K. So you can do L and then H or K. You can't get all 3, but you can get 2.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna do L and H because they're
Okay.
in a straight line.
Yeah, sweet, awesome, go for it. So roll your attack to hit, and this attack is going to be. I'll just say it's going to be applied to both of them as you're kind of just. This is just you rampaging through.
Yep. 21.
Yeah, I roll the damage for both of them. The damage is going to apply to both of them, so it's just going to be 1 roll.
Uh, 6 points of damage.
H. Yeah, you run through L and you knock most of the bones off, but there's still just enough bones for it to stay standing. It's hanging on by a small sliver of bone. But you hit H. You don't shatter H into pieces, but your horns get stuck, and you kind of rip them out of the skeleton, and like some ribs break off of it. Awesome.
I'm done.
Sweet. We go to Lorian, and then some skeletons are on deck, and then we go back to Ikamon. So you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
I'll run up to L.
All right. You're gonna give him an L.
Yeah, take a couple swipes.
Go for it.
24.
Hits.
Okay. 20, and then I use my bonus action because I use my claws,
Okay.
and it's 25.
Yeah, you hit this thing so hard with so much damage that it just pulverizes the bone dust.
Oh,
Turns
okay.
into bone meal, and just falls empty, dead at your feet.
Okay.
Yep. Had
he
1
wa-
HP.
Oh, okay. He'll look kind of sad because it doesn't have any blood. He'll just leave it.
There's a little rusted blood on the sword if you want to
No,
want some of that.
I need
Might
to
get some
look it up.
tetanus.
No.
All right.
I'm not a paladin. Don't have immunity to diseases.
All right. That's your turn?
Yeah.
All right, we go to Skeleton H and then Skeleton C. So H is going to make a swing at Gal.
Is Nathan still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
yeah,
I don't see you at all.
I don't know. I can me back out of ninja and come back in. I don't know
Okay.
what happens.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah,
22
okay.
to hit you, Gal.
I'll be right
Oh,
back.
I'll be right back.
That barely hits.
You take
Barely.
6 piercing damage, so reduced to 3 for you.
Whew.
That's its whole turn. We go to Skeleton C, which is gonna make a strength save. It does not make a strength save, so it gets pushed 5, 10, 50. It gets pushed all the way back here. It's about right there. It's pushed 15 feet, and then it like moves 10, and it's gonna take a swipe at Jayla. 15 to hit, or no, 17 to hit. 17. It swipes out at you and misses. We go back up to the top of initiative. Ichabod, you are up. Fiska, you are on deck.
Ichabod is going to climb the 10 feet back to the very top of the ceiling.
Okay. So you're about
And-
20 feet up in the air.
Yeah, and then he is going to, I guess, move right here
Okay.
and throw a Eldritch Blast at C. At Skeleton C.
Go
And
for it.
that is an 11.
That misses actually. Yeah, it you like it like goes through its rib cages and hits the wall. And just
Yeah.
Skeleton looks at you and like points at you and laughs a little bit.
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right, Fiska, you're up, and then there's a skeleton after you.
I'm not too worried about that skeleton since it can't reach me. And I'm
Yes.
gonna shoot a crossbow at letter E because I can sneak attack him.
All right,
Seems
you
easy.
sure
Good
can.
Looking at Elazar, get this shot in there. Let's see. Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does. It definitely does.
No, these are amazing.
Using
skeletons.
real dice. Oh my god. Alright, so it will do 4 plus the sneak attack damage. 7 damage.
7 points of damage. Yeah, you deal some damage to it. It's surprised. It has no eyes, but if it had eyes, it would have a surprised look on its face right now. It's still standing. It took a heavy blow, but it's still standing. You chip like half of its body, half of its bones just shatter, but it's still standing up, like looking up at Elzo. So, you know. All right, we go to the skeleton B. Elzo, you are going to be up after this guy. Skeleton B is going to make a strength save. It rolled a 19. It succeeds. It's going to keep trying to swipe at Fiska. It can't reach it. It's no! It's just swiping at you. It doesn't do much after that. Elzo, it is your turn. And then we have a skeleton, and then Gal, who will be after the skeleton.
So Elazel looks at the wand and the crystal in his hands. He points the wand down at E, and he's gonna cast his lightning lure through the wand, like using it as a focus.
So yeah, as you do that, I'm just gonna say you learn what it is. That is a wand of war magic, +1. So you should be able to add it to your character sheet.
Wand of the War Mage.
War mage, yeah, one of the war mages. It's a +1 spell focus. So while you hold this wand, you gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. In addition, you
cool.
ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Sweet.
So you can add it to your inventory.
Does it have to be attuned to though?
No.
Oh, it
I don't
doesn't.
think so. Oh no, it does. It does.
Okay, so I wouldn't get.
But you don't get the bonus, but you learn what it
I
is
wouldn't
as
get the
you
bonus.
cast it. The magic
Okay.
flows into you. So you can go ahead and add that to your character sheet, but you just won't be attuned to it yet.
Okay.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast lightning lure, strength 11,
To E? Yeah, okay, let's see what happens.
to pull him 10 feet up towards me.
He rolled an 11.
Okay, so he stays down there. Okay, so I don't think I do any damage if he succeeds.
Let me look.
Yeah, because the
I thought
damage only happens if they're
He
pulled.
fails. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it is pulled within 5 feet of me, so he's 10 feet down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No damage. Okay.
So that is an action. So let me check bonus actions here. Yeah, that would be my turn. This guy swiping at me isn't really feeling like
he's
a
gonna
threat.
take a swipe at you.
Yeah,
next turn.
I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Yeah, does your Tempest magic go off as a bonus action?
I don't have to use it.
Oh,
it's one of those things I can use if I want to, and now that it's
Do you wanna
happened
use it or
enough, no, I think I would just stay
Okay.
there. Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna be that skeleton below you. He's gonna try to swipe at you with disadvantage. After the skeleton's gonna be Gal, and they'll have one more skeleton after Gal. So, disadvantage attack roll. Oh shit, where'd it go? Whoa, so it's a 17 to hit.
Nope.
Still misses. Yeah, it's trying its hardest. That's its turn. We go to Gal. It's your turn.
I'll just move forward a little so I can
Okay.
kind of make space.
Yeah.
I'll go for K.
All right.
I'll swing at him with my axe.
Okay.
17.
That hits.
Ooh, sweet. That's 15 damage.
Yeah, it shatters into a pile of bones and just falls at your feet, dead and inanimated.
I just start coughing because I inhaled some.
Yeah, you might be sick. You might have some
Woo!
some sort of ancient bubonic plague.
You got silicosis.
Oh, no.
We go down to actually Jayla's turn.
Okay.
And then Lauren, you are on deck.
Shit, already. The first turn
Alright.
took like a million
Yeah.
seconds. I guess there are way less of them.
I'm just gonna hit 8
Okay,
scimitar.
go for it.
Sweet.
17 plus a lot.
Hits. It definitely hits.
Points of damage.
This skeleton, like Gal skeleton, bursts in a pile of bones and falls inanimate at your feet.
Cool. And then I guess I'll turn to Zeke. And hit or use my bonus action, my second hand fight.
Yep.
Dang it! I forgot I had inspiration. Okay. That's just a measly. What is it?
Devastating.
11.
Misses.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
So Jacob,
All right.
Yes. I realized since I have the crystal in one hand and a wand in the other, I'm not using my shield, so 17 would have hit. So if you want to hit me,
I do. I will take that off you. I
Yeah.
will do that. Yes.
I forgot that my AC relies on my shield.
Holy
so.
shit! You take 8 points of piercing damage. It rolls max damage against your feet.
Wow.
All right, so I'm gonna use
You just right.
I'm gonna use Wrath of the Storm. So
Okay.
DC 14.
What's for what?
If
What's the
it
stat?
if it Dex.
Dex. Okay. It rolls an 18.
Oh,
18 on the
sweet.
save.
All right, so it's saved.
Ew.
It was that's high.
so-
It's actually
so-
got plus 2 to its Dex.
Still takes half damage. So
Sweet. Hell yeah, roll for it.
so 2 damage, 2 lightning damage. Or
Yeah,
fun, yeah.
It's still standing. It's
Alright.
still standing. And that's a good point actually. As you hold that other crystal in your hand, you using the wand, you kind of feel the magical knowledge penetrates your mind. You also get that since it's in the gems in your hand, you get the magical knowledge out of that one. This one doesn't require attunement. The gem itself is a gem of brightness
Oh.
with 25 charges on it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yep. So you learned that with your flashback a little bit. You learned that. So we go back to Lorian. Lorian, it is your turn.
Okay. How tall are the ceilings?
This room that you're in right now is 20 feet up to the tall, to the height,
Okay.
to the top of the roof, and then those little walls. The walls that Elazar is on, that's a 10-foot.
Could I try to Could I try to jump over Gal? You know,
Yeah.
like in the NBA where they posterize on people, they dunk on them.
Yeah, and you actually have enough room to actually get past them easily. But
Could
if
I
you want
try
to
to
jump
jump
over them,
over you?
yeah, you can still go for it. Make an acrobatics check or an athletics check. It's probably acrobatics. It's more so like maneuvering.
Okay, sure. Ooh, that's pretty high. Acrobatics. 19.
Yeah, perfect. You do it
Woo!
easy said.
And I dunk on him. No. And so I'll jump over Gal, and then I'll just go for C.
Oh.
Or oops, that's wrong.
You're good. You're good.
We look the same. We're twins.
Yeah, you enter this. There's a strong gust of wind coming from behind you, but you don't have to make a strength save or anything because you didn't start your turn.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, and I'll take 2 swings.
Go for it. Skeleton doesn't. It's not gonna go down. It's got a heart.
23.
It does. Yeah, it hits.
I thought you said it had heart.
It did. It lost it real quick.
And then 18.
Skeleton crumbles the bones beneath your claw and just as you kill it, the shards of bone just fly towards the wall at the back and just hit the wall.
He's still like Yeah, he's done.
All right, we go to the top of initiative. Ichabod, it's your turn. Fiska, you were on deck.
Well, let's see. What's that? So if I move twice, can I still look at something?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Go for it.
Okay. So Ichabod's like, you know what? These skeletons are getting embarrassed. So he's gonna, from the ceiling, he's gonna climb back into the tomb room, and then climb back down and double check it since that tomb was glowing and make sure there's not like a passageway or staircase like in the bottom of it or something.
Okay, yeah, you can. I'm not gonna give you a check or anything, but you get to that tomb and it's just solid. There's no false bottom. You feel that the wand was trying to tell you it was trapped. Because it does reveal traps or secret doors.
Yeah.
It was trying to tell you that the tomb was trapped. And you like it clicks in your head. You're like, oh yeah, that's what it does as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang it. That's okay. But yeah, that's a good turn. We go over to Fiska.
Same thing as last time. Another crossbow at E. Get him this time.
And those of you that see Fiska flying, like she's flapping her wings, you see this one sad skeleton just like half heart. He's got half his heart in as he's trying to swing.
Actually, as a bonus action, I'm gonna direct my gust to him.
Okay, so you just alter the path of gust just to this one guy? Okay.
Yeah, nobody else around, and then I'm gonna shoot at E. And it was a 20 to hit E. Ends up being 8 damage. Rolled full 8, so 10 plus 15. We got 15 damage from that crossbow bolt.
That's good. That crossbow bolt finds purchase right in the where the spine and the skull connects, and it just pierces through, and the head just flops off and rolls to the ground, and it dies. Skeleton E is no more. Awesome. We go to Skeleton B. Skeleton B. It's gonna make a strength save. Oh.
Natural 20.
He hasn't failed yet, right?
No.
He rolled a 12. He gets pushed into that wall. He's gonna take 1d6 because he just moved 1 square.
Would he take more because he's supposed to move more? He's supposed to move 15 feet?
I think once he hits the initial impact, it doesn't keep damaging him. So it's just the initial impact of hitting the rock. He's like held against the rock for a second, but it doesn't carry him far enough to do more than it still does 5 points of bludgeoning, which is amplified to 10 points of bludgeoning because he's vulnerable to it. He looks fucked up from that small hit, from that fucking 5 foot of movement. He tries to come to you and tries to attack, misses. That's its turn. Elzo, it's your turn, buddy. With Gal on deck, there is 1 skeleton remaining. and
So-
his heart is not in it anymore.
The skeleton's 15 feet away from me. Is that what I'm seeing?
10 feet. Yep, that's it. 15 feet. Or well, you're 10 feet up, so
Oh, that's true.
20 feet technically. I think that was how that would work.
Okay, I will.
No, it's still.
I don't know.
I think it's still 15 feet. It's still
Okay.
15 feet. Yeah, it's 15 feet. We're good. We're good.
Well, I'm gonna try lightning lure on this guy.
All right. So he needs to make a strength save.
Yeah, 11.
He rolled a 14.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's one skeleton left. Like, missing at this point is not a big deal.
He like does the Matrix move on you.
Yeah. Bullet time.
Raven a lot.
Yeah, Elazar will just shrug.
Okay. Gal, it's your turn. Jayla, you're on deck.
He's gonna look like an Olympian, run a couple feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then throw a javelin.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice,
Damn.
nice.
Well,
Oh, sweet.
if only there were some games that happened every 4 years.
22 to hit,
What are those?
That hits.
and then
It's the
it's
Galolympics.
6 damage.
Please describe what it looks like when you killed this sad last skeleton in this room.
He does the, like the running, and then chucks it, and it goes straight through the guy's eye, and just takes his head off.
Okay.
Your thumbs up.
There's a sad clatter of bones to the ground as the last skeleton, the last guardian of this chieftain, dies out. You're out of battle. Initiative drops.
Did they look like Elazar? Like they had features similar
These
to
were
Elazar?
humanoid.
Okay.
Humanoid. That'd be fucked though, wouldn't it?
We weren't
Um,
killing like he's like skeletal people.
Maybe next time.
So
Um,
Elazar's gonna climb back down and join Ichabod in that room. Now that he knows what the crystal does,
Yeah.
he wants to look, with this newfound knowledge, he wants to look at those murals again to see whether it feels like the crystal is being used on these creatures that the chieftain and her people are meeting with.
That's a great idea, but we'll do that when we come back from break. We're gonna take a quick bathroom
Cool.
break, water
That's
break.
cool.
Let's do it.
5-minute break time. Come back. Handle that out. I'm gonna close the battle map. There's not much else to gain from here.
Alright.
Actually, no, I'll leave it up just so y'all can see the goats and all that stuff. So,
Oh yeah, we have goats to take care of.
goats.
Yeah.
So,
Welcome back, everyone. Woo! We did it. We are
We
back. The
saved-
group. Yep.
We
saved
saved
Iceland.
10 towns.
Yeah. Skelly Bros and Skelly Dudes are all dead. We'll pick back up with Elzel back in that room in the tomb with the Gem of Brightness and the Wand of the War Mage +1 in hand. You look at these murals, Elzel, and it very much looks like this human chieftain was actively using these items. Not towards your race, not towards the Onagaz, but they were using. You could obviously see that they were using them to kill the monsters throughout Iceland Dale.
Oh, okay.
That gem usually has 50 charges in it.
Yeah.
And there's only 25 remaining, so you get this magical knowledge. You get this insight to how many charges are left, and you figure that's probably from this human woman using this gem.
Okay, so these weren't murals of the chieftain killing the Onagaz with
Nope.
the gem. Okay.
The Onagaz just seem to be around her and looking at it. They are always just depicted. They're just there, hanging out in the background. She and the other human tribes are actively killing different monsters. You see them slaying yetis. You see them slaying these huge worm creatures, all while using these two items. The Onagaz are not being targeted in any of these murals.
Okay.
They are just in the background, or they are aiding this human tribe.
Okay.
Are
And
there any
so,
landmarks in these murals?
oh, that's a
Like
good question.
anything look specifically like, oh, that would be possibly a forbidden city or something?
Not per se. It's mainly just like winterscapes. It's mainly
Right.
just like the background of winter. There's like you see mountain ranges in the background. There's no real geological identifiers. But it's ice themed. It's like snow themed.
Right.
Is there anything in the paintings that would tell you who painted it? Like a signature, a logo, some type of... Okay.
There's no such
Okay.
such thing.
Okay. So the only information we have deduced, other than like what these items can do, is Elena, and that's it, basically. Okay. All right. And they were human. All right.
Yes.
Elena.
Indeed.
All right. If it's just me and Ichabod in there, I just turn to him. I'm like, I guess we should get these casts back, right? I don't think we have time to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. We got to fix that wheel. Has it been fixed yet on the wagon?
No, but
Not yet.
I will. I'll go find.
Mended or something?
Yeah, I'll go find Fiska and say, let's do this. Let's fix the wagon.
Do it.
Yeah, it takes about 5 minutes because I'm pretty sure you have mending, and then
Yeah.
she also is proficient with
Tinker
blacksmith
tools.
Tinker tools. Yep.
Tools.
It takes 5 minutes to fix the cart. I'm just gonna say for ease of sake, the frost giant wears out. It doesn't technically wear out until you dispel it, but
I was wondering if I could just leave it there forever.
I mean, if you want to leave it here forever, you feel free. Yeah, it's just here forever.
That'd be amazing.
The goats and sheep in that kennel are kind of looking at it with side eyes, like, "What the fuck is that?" But yeah, you guys take the time to fix the cart. Cart's fixed easily enough. Gal, you are in there. You pick your torch back up, I assume, and go back in that room.
I'm going to grab
You-
barrels.
Start taking the barrels out to the entrance with your giant elk. Jayla, Lorian, what are you guys doing? You just helping out?
I just wanna walk around the cave and give it a once over.
Let's just say from where you're at, you go take the west side. You go up to that top. You see a dead Duragar chilling in the back of a frozen
I
cave.
knew it. I knew I smelled one.
You're right. You see it. There's nothing of interest on its body. There's nothing of note,
Mm-hmm.
but it has the same chest cavity that's concaved in.
Can I
and
check
it's got
its tongue?
stripes. Yeah.
I pull out his tongue. What's it
You
look
pull out
like?
his tongue. It looks like a Duragar tongue. You lift it up. There looks like there's that same branding, the same rune beneath the tongue,
Yank.
and you take it with you. Sure to write that down.
I got another potion coming up, guys. It's crazy. Okay.
And you search the rest of the cave. You don't find anything else of note. You see a shit pile of shit and feces. That's bubbling. That's about it. There's not much else in this system or this cave system besides the goats and the mead.
We should take those back with us.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, that's what, like, I mean, we can't really take all of them, right? Do we just take, like, a couple and let the rest just, you know...
Starve to death?
Why can't we take them?
Be free? How are we gonna take that many?
Just hurt them.
I'm not doing that. I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to do that?
I do.
Okay, I mean, if you want to, that's great. I just thought, I mean, they wouldn't starve. They'd find food, wouldn't they? I don't know.
They're in a pen.
No. We open the pen and let them go.
Yeah, they're domesticated, though. They're not wild.
Are they?
Yeah, I can tell.
I guess you probably could. You're right.
I've got the boon of Sylvanus. I know all about goats and sheep.
Yep.
You've
Like
been
they-
tamed.
They have name tags. You assume they are domesticated. You might believe that they might have been treasured pets of the Verbeek.
Oh.
And you as you like look over and analyze, you're probably like, I probably could have used these as leverage to not fight that thing. But
Well, maybe next time.
it's a passing thought.
Yeah. I want to open up a gate.
Okay. Now you just stay inside.
Well, I guess at this point we could just tell people in town, like, hey, if you guys need some goats and sheep, I know where you can go get some.
It's like an 8-hour trek. Are they gonna
Yeah.
come out here?
So long.
I feel like we could just take them. We could just be like, come on.
I mean, we could
They're
try.
like herd animals, right? Well, kind of.
But would they
They're
slow us down?
Slow.
Would they? Would they slow us down? Yeah.
Probably would, but we could also, like, if something attacks us, we could throw them at them, right?
Won't we
take
be
this.
going slower because we have a cart anyways?
No, if
Because we couldn't take the
It's
axe
true.
beaks anyway. We couldn't take
That's
the
true.
axe beak. Well, we didn't take the axe beaks because they'd slow us down.
Well, how much
so.
longer do we have on the elk? The elk could tow the cart.
Elk
It's
stays
still
around
sundown
until it dies or
until the
it's-
next day.
Well, yeah,
Next
let's.
day.
I mean, the elk could tow the cart, then we don't have
Heck
to go
yeah, it could.
slower.
Good.
Well, no, we'd be going slower because we're going through woods.
Good Scottish.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out according to the DM's
Judgment.
yeah, right. I mean, it's worth a shot. Tie it to the elk,
Sure.
and
For sure.
yeah.
Before we leave, Jayla's gonna go cut off the Durgar, or not the Durgar,
Oh, that's a good idea.
the giant's head.
I already did that.
Lorian did. He cut off the Verbeek
got
and the
you
ogre's
said-
head.
I took both of their
Okay.
heads.
Yeah, you
Okay,
did.
cool.
But I'll
And
go
the-
cut.
Well, then the Durgar,
you'll
the
do it.
whatever, the dwarf thing.
Ooh.
You notice that when you come over there that for some reason there is no ruin on its forehead. There's no oral six-pointed snowflake. And you didn't notice that either, Lorian, on the Verbeek or on the ogre. You didn't notice that either.
Interesting.
We can still. Yeah. That's weird.
But you do cut off the Duragar's head. Easily enough, Jada.
When I was in the tomb chamber, those murals, were they painted onto the wall, or were they like on a separate like?
No, they're painted
canvas.
onto the actual
Okay.
walls
Oh, okay.
of
Banksy.
Yeah.
the. How'd you know? It actually just says Fiska at the bottom of the.
What?
Yeah, you guys repaired the cart. You tied it to the elk. What are you all putting in the actual cart itself? Are you gonna put the honey meat in it? Because those barrels of honey meat are 200 pounds. They are heavy.
Not heavy.
The goats and sheep themselves. I mean, if you want, you could break their legs and stack them together like that somehow, or
I
something.
I think if
Something-
What a thing-
something
what a thing to
creative.
say.
That
If
defeats
we-
the purpose, I think.
if we can fit all 3 barrels, I think the barrels on the cart. Yeah.
Yeah, the barrels would go
I'm
on.
just throwing ideas out, man. This is y'all's game.
People will do that when they like feed animals to Komodo dragons. Like I saw a Komodo dragon eat
Yep.
a live lamb, and
Yep.
the lamb was like screaming the whole time. It was horrifying.
Yep.
And it was so human.
Yep.
It wasn't like screaming before it got ate, but as it was getting eat, and you could hear it screaming from inside the Komodo dragon's stomach. Like,
Hot damn.
On other notes, we
Yeah.
are
It's
loaded
messed
the
up.
cart up with honey mead. The goats and sheep are close to you all. You're in tow, and you guys are setting back out towards the. There's not much else. I'll just tell you, there's nothing else you can find in this cave system. As the all-knowing voice and all-knowing mind, there's nothing in this cave system that you can find.
Okay.
But you guys load up the sheep in however format you want, and you guys head back towards Goodmead.
Goodmead.
As you guys are beginning to make your trek back towards Goodmead, I'm gonna get off this fucking screen. I'm gonna delete this screen. The frost giant, illusionary frost giant, just stays there, and it's like idle animation. I think I deleted the wrong fucking screen. That's goofy. Oopsie, I don't know what I deleted. We're not going there yet. You guys, this is just an idle screen. Actually, what's this? Oh, don't look at that.
Oh,
Whoa, what was that? I was like, what is this? I didn't name that. We're good. Yep, you guys are trekking back through the forest. I deleted the forest picture. That's what it was. I was like, where was my forest picture? You guys are headed forward on your way, and as you guys leave this layer behind you, you travel a path. It's not very hard to trek back.
okay.
You know it's decently time-consuming. You already know that as you journeyed here. But the path that has been broken by this ogre making its way through the forest has kind of opened it up enough for y'all to track, get back to that camp, that scout party with ease. But along your journey, as you are walking,
Can I take their tongues too?
when you pass the Durgar, you pass the Durgar, you grab their tongues as well. 3 tongues on deck.
Durgar tongue.
You guys, about 3 hours back on your backtrack, you begin to hear the sound of what sounds like some wings flapping above your heads.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You're gonna be so disappointed because it's not what you think. You glance up and you see what looks roughly like a 6 foot tall winged stone statue. It has these dark black horns and like a little small amulet hanging around from its neck, and it's like flying in several directions as if it's trying to search for y'all, but it visually finds y'all. Craig, they see this little stone gargoyle thing flying down as y'all get 3 hours into y'all's trek back. It's like searching. It's actively like searching around for you. It doesn't have an exact location, but it's like you hear it flapping above, and you see it kind of going through the overhead. And it's actively looking for y'all. Are y'all gonna try to get its attention or anything, or Gal? You don't know what the fuck this is.
What is that?
It's like a gargoyle.
So
It's from the wizard.
It's from Avarice.
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's avarice.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I just introduced some random NPC.
I was like,
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
So you said it's flying, like just circling around.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't know where you guys are at yet. It's like it's searching for y'all, but it's flapping above. So even it finding like the general area you guys are in is pretty impressive. And you don't know how that happened, but it's looking for you, someone that it knows or something.
Who recently told us not to trust Avarice?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, we were told.
was it
The daughter.
Oh right.
Oh yeah, your daughter?
No, the daughter of the late town speaker.
Oh, her? She told us.
She didn't say
thought
that.
it.
I don't
I
think she
thought
said
it,
that.
yeah, I
It
thought
wa- it wasn't her.
No, I thought
I
it
think
was.
Reba was the one that
Yeah.
saw some sort of commotion go down with 3 of the wizards. Remember that one that got burned?
It was like
An old lady and then Avarice.
Yeah.
Oh, was it maybe the old man? Was the old man? Did he say it to us? The guy who was like, "Oh, I'm
shaman?
meeting these people." Yeah, the one I gave a potion and he nearly fucking
Oh,
died.
it was Flynn. Flynn told us that Avarice was
Right.
probably was just trying to climb the ranks, basically,
Oh,
Yeah.
screw you.
of
Over.
her organization. Yeah.
So I mean, Elazar will just say. I say we just keep moving, and if the gargoyle comes down, then
We take its amulet.
we do
I mean-
something. But like, I don't think we call it to us.
I mean, she seemed interested in your people, so maybe she now knows more or something. We don't have to tell her anything.
Right.
We can just go and see what she has to offer us.
Yeah, it's
What is
just,
she gonna do? Kill the last of your known people? She's not gonna kill you, probably.
right. I mean, the way I'm looking at it is, she's been stalking this cave and didn't want to do the dirty work herself, but she knew that there was information in there about my kind,
Perhaps.
and now that we've been in there and taken care of it, she wants to know what we learned. But I mean, she can go in there herself. She's not. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay, so we're not talking to it. Is that the?
unless it
Yeah. It's like
unless
this.
it comes to us, I think we just keep moving.
Gotcha.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah, you guys continue on your way. I will roll a perception check for this gargoyle and see if it spots you all. Are y'all being stealthy about it, or y'all just walking?
I'm being stealthy.
I mean, don't we have a whole group of sheep
You
and
have a big-
goats?
big
and
fucking,
yeah, I think we're.
yeah.
Are
Wagon.
the animals coming with us? We like herding them.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all got a whole fucking travel caravan.
Caravan.
Yeah.
Our
I'm gonna
phone anyway.
I'm gonna roll perception for it. What does perception usually use? Is it dexterity?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with advantage because you guys have a fucking circus
Yeah.
card.
That's fair.
It definitely sees you with a natural 20. Jesus Christ. It's the same dice. It's my shitty blue dice. It's the same one.
Not anymore.
Oh, shitty today.
It's been promoted.
That's awesome.
You're
So
my
it-
elite employee.
So you guys go about another 20 minutes or so. So you've been traveling about almost 3.5 hours. And then that's when it finally spots you. And it flaps its way down, and it lands in front of you with this very like thick thud of like it's very compact stone, and it kneels subserviently. Its head is like staring down at the ground, and it's not looking directly at any of you. It just outstretches one of its large hands. As an arcane rune kind of burns in its palm, and you see what looks like a letter extend out of it, and the letter itself that comes out of this arcane rune, it's impeccable. It's it's rolled up real neatly, and it's held shut by what looks like a gold wax seal. And then the gargoyle motions with its other hand for one of you to approach, and it's still not looking up as it does this.
I mean, Elizabeth will take it since Avarice was interested in the Onagaz, so.
Sure.
Yeah, you grab the scroll from out of its hand, and it still has the arcane rune on its hand, and it just keeps looking down with the hand outstretched, and it does not move. It's still stationary in front of
Can I hold its hand?
you. The one with the arcane rune on it?
He already took the letter, right?
Yeah, you can hold its hand.
Yeah.
It doesn't like close its hand. It just keeps its hand outstretched while it doesn't look up.
I'll keep holding it.
I will open the letter.
That's so funny. You're gonna read the letter?
Yeah.
Okay. I will send it to you in your DMs.
Wow. Slide in.
Can I slide? Yeah, can I slide in your DMs real quick?
No,
Dark
especially.
Oh, I forgot to send this too. Let me send this as well.
Alright, so, I will read it out loud. It has been some time since we talked. I figured a check-in was necessary. I found another group that could prove useful in information gathering. I hope all is well on your end. Below are some questions I would like answered. Feel free to use the rest of this letter's space to answer them, and to pose questions you may have for me. Remember, within the constraints of our partnership, I will reward you with 50 gold pieces for any information I deem helpful to our cause. High Mage Avarice. And the questions are, have you been approached by Dazan or Valin?
Yes.
If so, what do they know? Have you found anything regarding the lost Netherese city? So, I mean, I'll just turn to you guys and say, she doesn't know Dazan is dead? Wasn't her raven there?
She could just be testing us.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely she is. The raven was there.
As you finish reading that letter out loud, Lauren, your hand's placed in this gargoyle's rune, and you feel what feels like a something coming through this rune, and it feels like an inkwell and a owl feather quill as it like tries to push up out of the hand onto your.
Oh, I think I got something here. I'll raise my hand and it's just kind of like black, I imagine.
Yeah, and like the quill and the inkwell pop up out of the hand. The gargoyle's still holding it.
You want to write? Also, the gargoyle may be able to hear. The writing may just be like a formality, kind of. So maybe watch your words if that's important to us.
I mean, I will just write, Dazan executed. Have not made contact with Villain. Nothing to report on the city.
Seems
Getting spy.
What?
that's true, and it's not elaborate. I like it.
Is that all you want to write onto the letter, or did you want to write anything else?
Yeah, you can ask questions.
I mean, I'll just look at you and say,
Ask her, did you find anything? Oh, what about this other group?
Ooh.
Yeah, I will write, who is the other group? Are they trustworthy? Have you ever heard of an Elena?
Mm.
And that's it.
Okay, you write this down on the letter, and the gargoyle like motions its hand towards you to stick it back in its rune, arcane rune. It's like motioning its hand towards you, Elazar.
Yeah,
The letter.
I put it in it.
Okay, you stick the scroll. Kind of roll it back up just for formality's sake, and you stick it back into this rune on the gargoyle's hand, and it disappears and like dissolves and gets kind of like sucked into it. And about a minute goes by, and then you see the little glowing rune kind of shoot out what looks like a coin purse that lands in the snow, and then you see another scroll kind of slowly slide out of its rune, its little hand. And as the scroll comes out of its hand, it motions towards just anyone to take the scroll.
I'll take it and read it.
I'll hold its hand again.
Yeah, it actually. Jayla picks up the coin purse. Jayla, you find there's 100 gold in the coin purse.
Ooh.
Lauren, you go to try to grab its hand, but it begins to fly away, so it's like actively trying to fly away.
Can I hold on to its hand?
Can I high five it?
And it keeps flapping. It just keeps flapping its wings. It's not tugging or anything. It's not even looking at you. Now you high five its hand.
Can I like piggyback it?
You cannot piggyback it. I will not allow that.
Okay.
But it is flapping away, trying to get away from you. It's not.
I'll let it go.
It just like flaps away and it just flies off into the night sky. The heavy wings flapping.
Necklace.
The necklace is like built into it.
Oh.
Yanked its chain off
Fucking
him.
goblin. So the letter itself reads. I'll send it to you, Craig. I actually had to type this out because I was not expecting.
Yeah, and
Because I did prepare.
I will have put the yellow crystal in my backpack and had my shield back out.
Yeah, for sure.
And any chance we take for a short rest, I'll attune to the wand. If we do.
Did you take the Duergar head?
Jayla did.
Jayla?
I didn't take it.
Oh, you just cut it off.
Yeah. Kind of
Okay.
threw it down in the water. Just,
I took its. I think I have its tongue.
yeah.
I got 3 tongues. I should make a tongue necklace.
You should. That'll go over
Oh.
really well in the long run.
That would be so cool.
You gotta pickle them first.
So I give everyone 16 gold.
Ooh, you distributed the money.
I give Fiska 18.
Wow.
Hell yeah. She doesn't say anything. She's like,
Oh, just 16. Wow.
I mean, up here, that's
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of money.
True.
Hey, 16.
What'd you give us?
Myself
100?
18 too.
Elazal rolls to do the math on that. I'm not kidding.
The-
Elazal rolls to do the math on that.
You don't gotta roll that. I'm not gonna say that. You have to roll for that shit. You should be smart enough to do common math as a cleric. You know the math on that is fucked in a way, and kind of fucked. That's what you get back in your letter. So I was like half listening, by the way. So I'll be honest with you.
So the letter says this other group is unnamed as of yet. They fell from the sky and landed at my
There you go.
feet. They seem like notable individuals. Elena does not ring a bell, but I will look into it. The information you have provided seems truthful and of use. Thank you, High Mage Avarice.
We barely provided any info. Cordial.
I guess it's probably pretty important to her that we're telling the truth, because, like you said, I mean, she knows that Dazan's dead, right? So.
She knows. Yeah.
Is that the guy that they burned?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Jayla, why are you shorting us gold? Where'd the extra go?
Yeah.
I'm hanging on to it
Why?
because everyone spends money really fast, and I hang on to it.
You spent
Alright.
money.
Aren't you the one who spends money?
You're the one that got the scimitar
I've
made.
bought
Yeah.
one sword, and I plan on keeping it. So
It's more than I bought.
Yeah. Our future mayor.
I'm just curious. Like, you didn't clarify. You didn't clarify
Right,
when you divvied it out that
I'm gonna remember this when I'm town speaker.
Tax her.
you didn't clarify that you kept extra. You just expected us to be okay with getting less than you. That's all I'm saying. Maybe next time say, hey, I'm gonna.
4 gold.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just wondering why the extra went to you. That's it.
Mostly because it didn't distribute evenly, so I was just gonna hang on to it, and if we need health potions or anything, I'd get it.
That's fair. All right.
Interesting.
I got health
See nothing wrong
potions
with that.
last time, remember? Or I got one.
Yeah, I got one. We got our armor
think
and
we all
health
got one.
potions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. No, I'm just wondering. That it was not. Like I said, it wasn't mentioned, so I'm just curious. That's it.
Cool.
So yeah, an unnamed group that might be of help. That's interesting.
They fell from the sky.
That's also interesting.
Wait, can they fly?
No, they fell.
Who knows?
Oh. My bad.
So, it worries me that maybe she has allies like that if she's untrustworthy.
But she is disclosing it to us, though, right? It's not like she's hiding them from us.
Right, but, you know, a sword to wield and all that.
Yeah.
Any names?
No, just unnamed group.
They
Yeah,
could have
we-
given us names.
We don't know any more than you do, Gal.
Oh, my bad. I'm not the brightest set in the tool, so.
Can they fly? No, they fell.
Well, I mean, we're on a time crunch here. Let's keep going, and I guess we can kind of think about this on the way.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I think they're
guys
stronger than us. Sorry.
Are they stronger? Yeah, we have so many questions now.
You guys continue forward towards Goodmead. Still backtracking along Giver's Trick, and you actually make pretty good time. You find an unforeseen shortcut this time that kind of cuts your time back in half. It's weird.
What?
It's weird. What the hell?
Wow.
How did y'all miss this the first time? The kind of you all not being on edge and so scared that something's going to attack you while you were tracking is it's ease now that you have successfully vanquished some foes, and you make it back to Goodmead roughly at around about 10 o'clock. The town's still going, still up and running. I mean, it's not like businesses aren't booming, but there's people still outside. And as you all come out of the forest with a large elk point, a cart full of barrels, a horde of sheep, 2 beheaded giants, which look so goofy on Lorien, because these heads are just huge and looks like you got a fat badonkadonk as you come out of the woods.
I do.
Picture Pippin.
Yeah. You can see it from the front type shit.
Yeah. as you approach the town of Goodmead, which I should switch the screens over to the correct screen, and not whatever that one screen was. Oh, as you heave these heavy casks, you get to the edge and you kind of unload the cart a little bit, because the way that the path kind of sits, it's a little uneven and it's not ideal for the cart. You unload the cask, and there are some Dell folk that they notice you. They see this like entourage coming from the woods. It's a sight to behold. And some unknown tabaxi individual. They are, black fur tabaxis. It's maybe like a kid. It's like, says, "Blimey, is that really what I think it is?" As they like point at the cask of honey mead.
Blimey.
Yeah, probably.
That's precious cargo you're hauling there. We need to get that somewhere safe before more misfortune falls upon it. I don't think it'll happen, but
I mean, that's
guys, come look at this.
That's why we're carrying it. Yeah.
There's like a small crowd kind of like approaches and begins to form around you. As more and more Delfolk, mostly Tabaxi, as Goodmead is formed of mostly Tabaxi individuals, there are a couple of humans and a dwarf or two amongst the crowd. They're noticing you, and people are genuinely happy and smiling. When you first came to this town, people were kind of depressed. They were looking down at the ground, kicking rocks. It was very sad. But people are laughing and smiling. There are individuals shaking your hands, and they have these just genuine smiles on their faces. And you see that one small tabaxi that you helped earlier, Fef, that you freed the little boy that passed out from exhaustion.
Yeah.
He runs up to you all eagerly. There's a same smile on his face, and he asks, "Wow," or he says, "Wow." He doesn't ask, "Wow." How do you ask, "Wow"?
Wow.
Wow. He turns into Owen Wilson. He runs up to you and he's like, "Wow, you guys really did it. Did you stop, or is that what hurt those people?" And he points at the two heads on Lorian's body.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just kind of I'll elbow Ichabod and say, is there anything you want to say in this situation?
I'm like, everyone, just remember who brought you your mead back tomorrow.
This guy.
Okay.
Look for him.
Fef is like looking around as you say that. He says, "I told you guys, these guys were legit." What? And then he's like looking around everybody. There's another Dell within the crowd's like, "What do we call you?"
Ooh, you get to pick a name.
Oh yeah. What did we decide on? It wasn't. We decided something other than that. What was it, like the Green Party or something?
Oh, our group? No, we went with Frostfire Fellowship. I thought they were asking you what to call you.
Yeah, they're asking what to call you so they can vote for you.
Me specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's like, my name is Ichabod.
Ichabod, where did you come from?
Oh, I come from. Originally, I'm from farther south, but I've come up here to set things right.
Oh, I haven't seen a scarf like that in a while. That is mysterious.
It keeps me warm.
Ooh.
Oh, and as that older gentleman is talking to you, there's another one that kind of pushes forward into the front of the crowd. There's a middle-aged dwarf. This man.
Do you recognize him from the posters?
You do. He steps forward with a very warm smile on his face. Let me share his image for you so you can
He's evil.
get a visual of Shander Froth.
Can I be guarding the mead while this is happening?
Yeah, you guys are like,
Just to play it safe.
easily enough. You're easily doing that, easily enough. No.
I'm parading the heads around.
This middle-aged dwarf man, he's got ginger hair, very warm smile. He steps forward. Well, who sent you? We must know who saved Goodmead before tomorrow's town speaker election. Who sent you, sir?
Who sent us?
Oh shit.
No, who sent you?
He's trying to think like, okay, what do I say to not get myself in trouble? Flynn.
He he's taken aback for a second. It looks like that name kind of registers a little bit. There's a slight kind of grimace to his happy smile.
Oh well.
He says, "Well, I don't know who that is, but I look forward to seeing you there tomorrow at the town speaker election, and maybe you can cast your vote for me. I think you would make good citizens of Goodmead with these deeds that you have done."
I believe my friend Lorian has something to say.
Why are you raising your hand, sir?
He's very
didn't want to
polite.
interrupt. Yeah, didn't want to interrupt you.
We are all.
How do you
very
raise your
polite.
hand with those heads on your hips?
What?
Jesus. that's
I'm
crazy.
strong, so.
That's just
But no, actually, Ichabod is running for mayor, so everyone's going to be voting for him probably.
Preposterous! I have lived in this town for 5 years now, and by the traditions of this town, you have no true stake in Goodmead, sir. If we
I
gave any
have.
adventurer who comes in here the honor of running, our town would be a laughing stock, and among the other towns, of course. And to your surprise, there are some agreed murmuring within the crowd.
It's like, well, I have a letter here
Oh yeah.
from Daneth that says otherwise.
Let me see that.
And he hands it over.
He
What?
takes it and opens it up. He looks up at you with this like cold like stare. Went back down at the letter. Folds it up. Lets out this heave. Well, just because you have this letter, it does, I guess, make you eligible.
And I
But-
believe you will also find that Anissa would agree with this letter.
Ooh.
He says, "Well, I look forward to running against you tomorrow, sir. But I can't imagine any of the people here would vote for you. No offense, of course. You are a stranger while I am a citizen of Goodmead, and I've been here for quite a while."
A citizen of Goodmead who let your good mead go away.
Ooh, I'm in the back. Ooh.
there are some, there's a random elf. You hear Fef, he's like, "They did just bring back our stolen ale, of course, and ended the
Yeah.
lives of those beasts. That warrants more merit than you're giving."
Plus, brought all this nice, yummy food back, and she points to the goats in the sheep.
And the ghosts go, "Meh." Shander looks at the crowd. You guys are kind of winning the crowd over a little bit. Something that you see that he's not really used to having some sort of competition. And he, well, I guess I will see you tomorrow, sir. If you, happen to lose the election tomorrow, I am pretty well versed in the political lingo. If you do happen to lose the election tomorrow, I would rather enjoy you coming by my residence and having a drink. I'll have a few friends over, so don't be surprised, but I would like to consider you a friend as well in the future, and I hope that me winning tomorrow won't sully our relationships from now on. Good day to you, and
You're going to lose.
good night." He walks off. He still smiles as he walks off, even though he hears these shouts.
I try to throw my voice.
He definitely hears it, but he still walks away with this smile of trying to be as warm as possible.
Do you really think all these people will vote for a ginger?
No.
Dang, that
Wow.
was good.
The irony.
Yeah, you guys are surrounded by these townsfolk that are all just looking at you and all. There's a couple kids amongst the crowd, but they've they have been brought. You guys have brought them happiness. This is something they haven't had in a minute. You
So I
guys feel
guess we
pretty
need
good
to-
about it.
Do we need to take the mead to the tavern?
We need to bring at least one to Anissa so
Yeah.
she can make
We can-
more.
I'm gonna be telling the story about how Ichabod killed these two single-handedly.
Nice.
All right, roll performance check for me.
Can someone help me?
Nice. Can I
I
assist
will
with
help.
this?
Yeah, you got guidance too.
Nice.
You have like a bunch of little kids around, gathered around you, like this. You're telling them.
Like, don't be too gory.
I got
Zeph is like, I can handle that. I'm fine with the gore.
I got a 15.
They believe you wholeheartedly.
And one, like you see the one, like I did it with this axe, and it's like the vibrating kinetic axe.
Oh, can I hold that?
You better not. It's for grown-ups.
Come on, mister.
It's very sharp.
If you let me hold it, I'll vote for you tomorrow.
I don't.
What
I
is the
still better
voting?
not.
Do we know if they allow kids to vote?
Those of you from Icewind will know that town speaker elections are a community event, and everybody gets a single vote, regardless of age.
Oh, wow.
How about this? How about you can touch it, but you can't hold it?
Sure. He touches the blade. Ooh! Wow. I wonder what it feels like to hold it. What? Maybe when I'm older.
I hope there's like if you could take like a screenshot of like that dialogue.
Mhm.
What kind of election is this?
Yeah, the crowd's all gathered around. There's a small crowd, and it's a nice little warm welcoming back to the city of Goodmead, town of Goodmead. But over time, as the theatrics and just the sheer sight of you guys coming out kind of wears off, the crowd begins to disperse. And all that's really remaining after a majority of the crowd leaves is just Feth, that little tabaxi boy, and he's just like, "Wow, guys, you guys aren't dead. I thought y'all were gonna die. Wow."
Thanks.
Well,
Where'd we
how
go?
did that wolf taste? That little fox you got. How'd that taste? Was it good?
So good.
Wait,
Really?
where did the fox go?
Oh, yeah.
When did we lose the fox?
That's a good question.
I think he was just hanging out outside.
Well, the last time we saw him, Gowl was holding onto him tightly, and I tried to take him away. But after that, there was no mention of the fox.
What did Gao do with the fox? The world may never know, because he doesn't know.
It was like in Mice and Men where you accidentally squeezed him too hard.
That's immediately what I pictured.
Oh,
Lenny.
You saw no trace or sight of a fox on the way back towards Goodmead, or there was no fox waiting for you on the outside of the cave.
Well, he's just living his best life somewhere.
Right.
in heaven.
Up there
He's living a good life up there.
with the big gods.
In the mountains.
Yep. In the sky, the mountains in the sky.
No, I refuse to believe he's dead.
I'm gonna start taking one of the barrels of meat to Nissa.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you carry 200?
I don't know.
What's your strength score?
+2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
That's not. I mean, you're a big body. You got a big
You're a
back. You're good.
minotaur.
Yeah, I'll go
Do
with you.
want any
Just
help?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was gonna go with her, just so like in case anybody's like, no, that's my barrel. You at least have someone with you.
You make your way back over to the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, that building that's painted with the spiked armor figure that's wielding that flaming sword above their head, and the double doors that lead into the building are still closed, and you open them. You don't run into anyone that tries to steal the meat or take the meat from you. But once you get into the building, it's just like before. Anissa, she's still grieving the loss of her father, but she's not crying. Her weeps are still echoing. Like there's still some slight like weeping, but it's not like crying. And she's just like grieving. You can still hear them echoing throughout the shrine. She doesn't hear you approach, but she is, still enveloped in her own world. Her back's turned to all of y'all. But she is inside the building, just grieving. Same old, and she looks like this. If you forgot.
Knock, knock.
I'll put the barrel on the ground.
Ooh.
And it echoes, echoes throughout the chamber, the building. She looks over. She gives this like very sincere half smile. Oh, well, thank Tempest, you've returned. How did it go? Is everyone okay?
Yep. Here's your honey or your meat or whatever.
Oh! She runs over excitedly. Wow, I'm going to. She looks. I'm about to make so much of this shit. I'm about to make so much liquid. No, she doesn't. But she's like, this is very beneficial. I will begin. I'll be replicating it and making more honey meat so we can keep our economy somewhat intact and hopefully keep Tin Towns from tearing themselves apart. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you need it somewhere else besides here, or?
We should probably take it to the meat hall. But it doesn't have to be right now. We can. You guys can hold on to it until tomorrow if you want. If you feel safer with that. I've grieved plenty today, and no one else has really showed up for. It doesn't matter, but I think it's time that I said my final goodbyes and I kind of move on from Dad.
Before I got that letter back from Seth.
Yeah, he handed it back.
Okay, so it's like I neglected to hand this to you when we first met. I didn't want to disturb you, but I was given this by another town speaker to hand to you in regards to tomorrow's event.
Oh, she takes it from you. She reads it. Wow, this is good. This is great news, actually. I was worried that Shander was going to win without any competition, but this is legit. This is how did you get this? How did Town Speaker Daneth? What did you do for Daneth? Must have been great.
We've been busy bees.
Well, wow. Consider you have my vote.
Thank you.
I can make sure I'll tell the moderator for tomorrow's election. I'll tell Kat to that you are allowed. She's kind of she's a bit of a personality, but with this letter and my backing, she will allow it. I mean, she has to at this point.
Excellent. I mean, excellent.
Also, I think you should know a little bit about Shander. Shander, he is quite a politician. He was my dad's biggest, I guess, threat and a political opponent, if you say so. He's lived here for a few years, and he's popular among our town's loggers, of course. Now, I don't know what interactions, if you've had any with him, have been, but he can kind of be a bully and a blowhard. Usually, that's at least what my dad said. Of course, in public, you'll never probably see that side of him. He's got to maintain image, of course. But there is nothing he wouldn't do for his friends. So he is a good ally. If you become friends with him, he will support you through thick and thin. He was the people that have been friends with him have had really prosperous lives and really upbeat attitudes. He does live on the other side of town in a very small house with 5 other loggers. But
Whoa.
he is a good politician.
Okay.
And they were just roommates.
They were roommates?
I'm glad that one hit.
Business partners.
But he is not one to be messed with. He radically opposed most of my dad's suggestions, and vice versa. My dad opposed some of his suggestions for how they sought this town to be led into the future. And well, you see where my dad's at. So no one can really oppose his suggestions anymore. So if he wins tomorrow, Good Meat will change for the worst, or I guess to the best for him, for Shander's own vision. But have you ran for politician before? Have you ran for an election of any before? Or?
I am afraid not.
Oh.
Yikes.
That may be an issue. How are you good? How are you at answering questions with little knowledge on our town's history, economics, or just overall?
Oh, there's gonna be the
I've traveled about Icewind Dale and all the way down to Neverwinter, so I've experienced some things. I don't want to say wing it, but
Okay. Well, that's better than nothing, I guess.
I know my way around an empty platitude like any good politician, maybe.
Woo! That's my move.
Well, I would really think about a couple things. Usually, I mean, there is a debate that usually happens between the town speaker electees, of course, or nominees, whatever you choose to call it. Usually they deal with our town's safety, security, our economy, just like overall, living issues. We have plenty of those. Every town does. So just think about that tonight. Well, do you guys have anywhere to sleep?
No.
You want to stay at the meat hall with me? It's mainly just me in there.
Sure.
That'd be. I'll chime in and say, I'm not really familiar with how things work with Tempest, but once you're done grieving, what's the next step? Like, do you need help? I can help.
Well, usually what we agreed on, me and my dad, was he was to be cremated after his visitation and sightseeing, and we are in the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, so I figured maybe this would be best to maybe wrap him up, take him out into a part of the town that's not wooden, of course, and probably burn him on a pyre or just cremate him in general. However, I mean, fire does the job, so.
Were you planning on doing that yourself, or were there people who can help you with that?
Well, I had hoped there would be people that would help me with that, but no one seemed to spend the time or day to show up. Which is fine. People have lives to live.
Sure.
So
well, I can help.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
Well, I guess it's time to carry him out. Yeah. She goes over to the body, wraps it up, and then she waits for you to come over and help her carry the body out of the establishment.
Yeah, I'm right there.
And you all see her struggling. She's not a big body. She doesn't have muscles. Very thin, very petite woman. You all see her struggling.
Can I go help?
Like, guys, go help her.
Yeah, I was planning on it. I didn't realize. I'm kind of outside.
Yeah, you help her. You get to the side she's on, and you kind of you try to make it look like you're letting her do all the work, but you're still you're helping. You just have a finger. It's like a finger for you, and you're holding the sheet up with it. You guys walk towards the outskirts of. You guys walk to the outskirts of the forest. Not entirely into.
I will actually, as we're walking, I see her struggling. I'll put my hand on her shoulder, and I said, "It's all right. You got this." And I'll cast guidance on her just to help her, give her a little boost, so she can carry.
Yeah, with the aid of your magic and your wise, your kind words, and Gal's help as well, you guys easily carried the body of town speaker Kendrick to close to the edge of the woods. And as you are all on the outskirts of the city, you see that there is what looks like an area of ground that's been scorched, it's been burned. You figure that maybe people come here and burn bodies all the time, or they burn miscellaneous objects. And with about an hour of time goes by as you like help her, you know, you get sticks, you build like a makeshift pyre. It's nothing elaborate or like elegant, but it's enough to do the job. And you are all gathered around it as she looks around, and she has like an unlit torch in her hand. She says, well, guess it's time to look to the future and move on. I've never really done this before. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with burial rites or how to deal with getting past the dead or losing a loved one.
This is.
I may have some insights on that.
Same.
I was gonna say this is actually my first one as well. So Ichabod.
Are you familiar with the Raven Queen?
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that one before.
You could say that I serve her and have had some interactions with the afterlife myself. I would say that, of course, it's hard whenever you lose anyone, but the death itself is something that all of us have to face. It's nothing to be scared of, and it's as natural as us standing here breathing right now. That when your father comes before the Raven Queen to be judged, I'm sure that she will look at him favorably.
That's nice to think about, and I hope he finds peace in the afterlife. I know he didn't die peacefully. She tries to crack this really sad joke. She's trying to like lighten the mood a little bit. It's like a little awkward. You can tell that she's stalling. You can definitely tell that she's stalling.
It's like, do you need someone else to do this for you?
Yeah. Please. I don't even know how I was going to light this torch to begin with. I don't have anything to start a fire.
I know it's gonna hurt, but I think you should do it.
Well, does anyone have fire starter?
Yeah,
Or-
I have a tinder and all that good stuff. I'll light it for her, but
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna.
thought you were gonna give it to her, and she's like over there struggling to light it.
No. I'll do it for her, and I'll be like, I think you should do it though.
It's probably for the best. Yes, you're right. And she holds the torch out towards you as you light it with the tinder box. And she doesn't say any final words. You feel as if maybe she said final words to her dad earlier while she was grieving. But she gives it a chunk. The fire slowly starts to climb up the pyre, and eventually engulfs the body, and it just burns. And she sheds a tear.
I'll just
And-
put my hand on her shoulder, like, and just tap her.
She has a tear, but she straightens her posture up, and she seems a little better than she was earlier. But as you guys are all watching this fire, can you all roll perception checks for me?
Ooh.
Pretty please.
With my nose,
This is more so sight-based, sadly. So
I'm gonna hear that a lot.
well, no, just for this one, because the fire is going to make it hard for you to smell.
Ichabod's pretty intent on Anissa and the whole ceremony, so he only got a 6.
I got a
Okay.
7.
13.
Got a 2.
Can we roll better?
Yeah.
Jesus.
16.
If you guys have inspiration or guidance, feel free to use it.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, wow. My
Let's
boy.
go.
That's
I've
my
been
boy.
paying attention.
That's my boy.
Oh, it got worse.
That's my boy.
Oh,
my
you're using your
gosh.
inspiration. All right, I'll do this.
I already
10.
used mine.
Was dirty 20 the highest we got?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Gal, he's always
But
looking
do
at
I need to roll with inspiration? Does that not make it
Well, you can if you want. That's up to you.
as well? I got a nat 20
Oh shit.
Yeah.
with 23.
Nice.
Damn. Alright.
You needed a 25.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
That's awesome.
No, it's not. That's funny. Gal, you are hearing through the smoke and the fire of this, this town speaker is burning. He's being cremated. And as you glance past the fire and smoke, peer into the woods, and you think for the briefest of moments you see a small fox
Hey.
far off in the distance, and it's so strange how well you are able to perceive this fox. And as you look in the direction, you see the fox stand on a stone, and then you watch it morph into an owl and just fly off
That's awesome.
into the distance. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight. That's our that's the end of our session.
Sweet.
Interesting.
That's it for tonight, folks. To those that stuck around, thanks for tuning in. This was our 1-year anniversary. Hopefully this time by next year we're deeper into the shit, as they say. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll be off next week. So see you all on the 18th of August.
Wow.
Good night.
Already.
That's me and Jacob's 8-year anniversary.
Nice.
Well, you guys gotta dress
All
up
the
again.
anniversaries.
You guys gotta dress up again.
That's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.